took a minute.
Wow.
We're live.
Wow. Crap.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You make a simple little tweet. You wake up in the morning, you're like, everybody's making videos about it. Oh shit.
And articles. And articles.
And
dude.
articles.
Oh.
Went
Okay.
viral.
Where do we begin?
Where do we? Well, we say hello. I think we say hello because
say hello.
Hello.
it is hump day. And this is the Nerdrotic Nooner with Chris Gore and X-Ray Girl.
Hi.
And we're here to talk about rumors. But before we do that, I want you to subscribe to my Patreon, where I will drop rumors every day on the MCU and the DCE. No, I won't. I will never fucking do that. Not in a million years. Hi, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Went to an indie film screening last night of a movie called Watch the Skies about UFOs. It was from Sweden. This movie, it was very good.
Sweden?
So it's from Sweden. I'm a little tired, but boy, wow, let's get to it. Let's get to it. But I'll say this: you showing up on time always ruins X-Ray Girl and I having girl talk.
I know.
We talk about stuff, and you show up, and then just like, well, we have to end our podcast. I guess I have to show up earlier now.
Well, I mean, Gary's pretty good at girl talk, surprisingly.
He chimed in, and I thought it was great.
Oh, fuck. I'm an expert on girl talk and relationships.
Yeah.
Almost as much as Africa. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
When is the Africa channel coming out?
Yeah.
In 2011. That's when it comes out.
2011.
Of the
love
fifth,
it.
sixth age. No, welcome. Yeah, like I could do the girl talk. You know, I've been married to a girl for 20-something years who I've known for 40 years. So 40 fucking years.
She's awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Mom.
she is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do the girl talk all day long. Plus, I talk to Jeremy almost daily. So
Yeah, there you go. That counts. That counts.
all right. How are you doing, X-Ray Girl?
I'm good. I'm back at the gym, lifting weights, and I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm pumped for today's show. I'm pumped for the nooner. That sounded wrong.
And how many White Claws? How many White Claws can you lift?
Ooh, I've never tried. I know I
At
can
the
lift that
gym.
24 pack for
See?
sure.
Just work out with White Claws. Make that your Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
Thirst trap.
I've stopped drinking between like the meetup. So when I'm home, I'm not drinking anymore. So I know. I feel like Chris Gore without the Vegas last meetup incident. So
Yeah, there you go. You have to recover.
That definitely
Yeah.
needs to
Time
be
out.
an Instagram video of like a workout video, but you're like in some alcohol aisle and you're just like lifting White Claws. And doing,
I think I
and doing
might.
push-ups off White Claws boxes, you know,
Stretches, White
Oh, yeah.
Claws. and just
Lady
use it as
Petrol.
yeah.
White Claw's better than petrol. I swear. I mean, Disbrew might disagree, but I like this.
Disagree. Disagree.
Disagrew.
Is that his new
Disagree.
name?
That's his new name.
Uh,
Yeah, don't listen to him on anything when it comes to like, well, I'd be the worst for alcohol too, but food or alcohol, actual like things that have some taste because he's from Britain.
Yeah. Well, I now have a reel that I will have to make for my
There you
next
go.
Instagram post.
There you go.
Thank you.
that
Gary.
will go. That'll be huge. It'll go viral.
Yep.
And you'll probably get a White Claw sponsor.
So
I-
find some other workout video and just try to make it like that one, except with white, like a popular one.
and then
Got
I'll just do a mega workout finding Jack Daniels because obviously we can't find that in Canada.
and then tag White Claw to try to get them as a sponsor or
There you go.
truly or whatever. You're gonna. It's your hard.
my
seltzer
intoxication is sponsored exclusively by White Claw tonight. Let's
Yeah!
go.
Oh man. Have we've stalled long enough. There is so
Yes.
much to discuss.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where do we
Okay.
begin?
Oh God. So
You
we
gotta
did.
say hi to people though, right?
Yeah.
Who's here?
You're stalling some more, and Chris.
Am I?
That's why you're a pro. That's why you're a pro. We're waiting for people to come in.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job. Eric Kane is Wrenches here. Darth Yeager, Stitch, Thumbs Up 1981, Sujit Kumar Roy, Douglas Arthur. That's 2 first names for a name. Dragonwise. What up? Welcome to the Nooner, everybody. Now it's going a little too fast for me.
Can I say this? The Thumb Ducker. Hi.
What's up, Thumb Ducker?
Ooh.
I like that name.
Feeding the Thumb Ducks.
That's what Nooners are for?
That's what Nooners are for.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I guess well, it starts earlier in the month. If we want to take them on a journey, it starts earlier in the month of April. We are now at the end of the month of April. There were legit test screenings. There's always rumors of test screenings, and half the time it's total bullshit. They will do internal screenings at Marvel mostly, and sometimes they test screen on the lot. But these are on the lot. These test screens are on the lot. They pick people, and it's kind of the same group of people a lot of the time. So Chris knows a guy who sees all the test screenings. And I will be upfront. This is the guy who's liked The Flash and he liked Superman. He liked the test screening he saw of James Gunn's Superman. So these test screenings happen. Chris talks about it on Film Threat. Somebody else sees it, then talks about it on their podcast, and then it makes news.
And then it's on some. Well, and to be fair,
that's
how we
the
got
internet,
here,
baby.
how we got here was Monday's Versus. Atomic Lori, shout out to our producer on Versus, Atomic Lori, suggested a news story about the Reddit rumor about super shit. And I thought, this is a dumb news story. It's not true. Let's not even talk about it. But we did anyways. You kind of go through the news. It's like, all right, we'll discuss it. I like throwing out a topic to the group, and it's fun. We've got great Robert Meyer Burnett is there, Dante James, Verbal Riot, everyone, Steph, my nerdy home, Nerd Cook. We all talk Nerd Cookies. I love it. I love doing Verses. It's fun. But I thought this was bullshit. You DM me yesterday and ask, is that super shit true? I was so dumb with the monkeys and the hashtag super shit trending, so Superman feels sad, that I thought couldn't be real.
Yep.
I messaged the person who went to the Superman test screening and asked, is this real? The super shit hashtag. He says, I asked, is it in the movie? He says, yes. Even the monkeys? Yes. I said, holy shit. I confirmed to Gary. Gary puts a tweet out, a bunch of videos and articles later, and it's a real thing. Now, I don't know how big it is in the movie. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know the context at all. Yeah.
And we don't know if it will remain in the movie. That's what test screenings are for. What works, what doesn't, what lands, what doesn't. So it's in the movie. We could even confirm if there's any really specific questions about Superman. We could likely get them confirmed on the stream while we're here. I could reach out and we could get an answer if there's anything else that comes up. But that's how we got here. And I don't like it. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like grounds it too much in reality. I really like in the original Donner Superman how Clark Kent looked at a phone, like they didn't have phone booths anymore. By then, phone booths were still around, but the main thing was like a phone kiosk you can't go into, right? He looks it up and down. It's a heroic moment, gets a big laugh, and that's it. But I don't like when movies kind of ground it in the present or in technology that will be outdated. I fucking hate cell phones in movies. I hate that being used as a plot device. Quentin Tarantino famously said, what's your favorite era to make films? He's made films in different eras in history. He said anything before cell phones. he won't make a movie after cell phones have existed because it just destroys so many plot things. I mean, every horror movie has to write around, I have no cell service, this thing, or they make up something that's Uber, but not Uber, but DoorDash, but not DoorDash. But we know it's stupid. So I don't like this. I mean, it's true. I just don't like it. I think focusing on bigger picture, big things happening in Superman is better. I don't know, Gary. I'm sure you have thoughts.
No, I I agree with you. It's terrible, and it doesn't need to be there. And it takes a story that should very well be timeless. You know, Dick Donner's Superman is a timeless movie, despite it being very 70s. You can watch it now and enjoy it. It is so stupid and petty that I didn't believe it either. Like yesterday when we were talking about it, I'm like, but it could be true. Like, absolutely. And then, you know, Matt McGloin pointed out in his Cosmic Book News article, and he's absolutely correct. If you went and watched Creature Commandos, that shit's in there. These are woke. There's incels. You know, the Sons of Themyscira are fucking incels in it. So those things are there, and that's what he chose to launch his DCU with. So and that shit's in Peacemaker too. It is. So but he's left it out of the movies primarily. Like, it wasn't in the Suicide Squad, wasn't in any Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, but Matt McGloin theorized that this is his response to cancel culture. And if you wanted to use cancel culture in a movie, I wouldn't use it in a Superman movie, like, ever. But like, if you want to use it, there's a way to use it if you really take an honest look at what it is. Do I feel like James Gunn in James Gunn that's going to be out in James Gunn 11th of the year of James Gunn?
Yeah.
I who's animated himself into the opening of fucking every episode of Creature Commando, who's put himself on a variant cover for a Superman. Do I think he has the humility to just rise above this? I thought he did, but I guess not. I thought RTD had the humility to rise above certain shit too with Doctor Who, and he didn't. So, again, this was a test screening, and these rumors have been kind of floating around. There's lots of them out there for, like I said earlier, for a month. Right. So the plot rumors that you've heard that we kind of went over on a previous live stream, that we were at the time, we didn't know they were true. Right. So we're like, who knows? All true. They all got verified almost the next day by Chris. So we definitely knew that there was going to be a misinformation campaign to take down Superman. And sorry, here's a little detail. They take a message from Jor-El. Lex Luthor takes a message from Jor-El and reworks it and makes it sound like basically Superman wants to conquer Earth or something like that.
100% true.
Yep.
100% true. That is true in the movie. That's how Lex tries to go after Superman.
Yep. So, but I never heard anything. We heard alternate dimension to where that's where Lex keeps his girlfriends.
Yeah.
That one was weird. But this, so mutant monkeys as a bot farm, which might be a precursor to Gorilla Grog, and I know fucking monkeys and gorillas are different, okay? But I'm saying precursor. In a different dimension with a good internet connection, like, I don't know how they get to.
Yeah,
that's what I'm like. This is ridiculous. This is stupid. But like, when I was reading the Rise of Skywalker. Spoilers, one of many, and I read one that said, hey, the Death Star is pretty much intact after its destruction in Return of the Jedi. Yeah. The entire throne room is still there, and you can find it by holding up a map that's on a knife.
Does it blow up like into just dust, like the end of the first Star Wars?
It would
in Jedi. I'm trying to remember.
In Jedi, it does.
Explosion.
And then,
so then, how does
if you want to apply science to it, you're saying that throne room made it through an atmosphere without getting burned.
Yeah.
And it just landed
And
perfectly.
was level so you could walk on it.
Yeah.
Not like, different.
It must have had a parachute. Big fucking parachute. But
I'm going to see Revenge of the Sith tonight.
Oh, good.
It's the last chance to see it. I want to give my I don't look on it as giving Disney money. I'm giving my theater. I want to keep alive and in
you
business.
Do what you want with your money.
I will do it, and I want to see it on the big screen. It's been sold out. Every screening for that is packed.
That's great.
Packed. I love it.
And nobody's watching Andor. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But Superman. So I just can't believe it. Someone should go back. This would be a fun little project, maybe with AI or wherever. Go back to the original 1978 Richard Donner Superman and redo all the marketing with Richard Donner front and center, like all of it, like Richard Donner's Superman presented by Richard Donner. Put his face in there. Like Richard Donner wouldn't do that. He was a great director, but a professional and a journeyman.
Yeah.
But like a really talented one who could work in different genres. One of like his great film he made after Superman was a movie called Inside Moves. You ever heard about that?
Yeah, I remember Inside Moves.
Okay, the opening scene of the movie Inside Moves is the lead character is very depressed. Okay, very depressed. I got to get the name of the actor. And he goes, John Savage. Why did I not remember his name? John Savage, like, goes into this hospital, goes to the 4th floor, jumps out a window. It was like Donner's response to "You will believe a man can fly." He jumps out the window and falls and does not die. And it's about his recovery. And David Morse is in the movie, another great actor. That was his first role. And that movie, if you've never seen it, see it. It's probably on Tubi. It is on Tubi for free. Confirmed. Inside Moves, the film that Donner made after Superman, is kind of a palate cleanser. Like I went through that whole experience. I almost directed a second movie for free. Because they gave him the 300-page script. Oh yeah, this is the script for the movie. They were making 2 movies, but would only pay them for 1 movie.
Yeah,
the Salkinds, they were like famously dirtbags.
Yeah, if it wasn't for them, well, we've later got the Donner cut. Donner also, I'm like, didn't he direct a Twilight Zone episode? Yes, he did. A classic Twilight Zone episode, Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. He's been a journeyman, been around for a long time. Didn't need to put his name in front of anything. Was able to handle Marlon Brando, like Dick Donner. Like I get that James Gunn feels probably a little wronged by Marvel for getting fired over jokes, but did you see all his jokes? I mean, like, and then they ended up bringing him back. So we all knew, like, he laid low, played the good soldier, was brought back, and then did a deal with DC to get back at him. That would be, I mean, like, why not? I get to be Kevin Feige and take on Kevin Feige, even though Kevin Feige didn't fire him. It was Alan Horn who fired him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see him. Yes, I could see him putting that stuff in. He based crypto off his dog, so he really likes himself.
I want to see the marketing pivot to the story.
Yes.
And thus far, none of the marketing has been about the story. Even, modern trailers ruin movies, but at least give me the setup, the first act. What is the character going through? Random shots and James Gunn is what we've seen.
Yeah.
And so there we are. I think it's wrong-headed, and I hope they pivot the marketing, put James Gunn in the background. I know why they're doing it. When we were at CinemaCon, literally the worst of all, everyone agreed, the worst presentation was Superman there. And it was, they talked for 20 minutes about nothing. about nothing except praise for Gunn. And they were trying to sell the theater owners like, this is my reputation, billions at the box office on my name, on all these, on Guardians, the Guardian trilogy, right? They were
Yeah.
playing on that and his reputation. And that's smart to sell to theater owners. Sure, I get it. Theater owners, trust us. We're going to tell a great Superman story with broad appeal. Make it maybe even patriotic and American. We'll see. We'll see about that. But I think that appeal, it's almost like there are different campaigns. There are campaigns that are only for people in the industry, the trades. If you read the trades, you'll see ads. You only see they're marketing to a small audience, small but affluent and influential audience. But I don't believe their consumer campaign has been very good, which is get me engaged in the story. And I'll say, Jeremy on G&G Daily, I agree with him. The Man of Steel trailers are some of the greatest trailers, only for Superman, the trailers and the music. How do you top John Williams' music for Superman? I mean, Hans Zimmer, I like them equally. I really think
it's good.
Great
It's good. I don't think it tops John Williams, but it
good.
holds itself up with respect and dignity.
Yes.
So it's a good theme.
Yeah. And so I watched those Man of Steel trailers and I think, well, James Gunn Superman has not made me feel like those trailers.
No, the trailer
simple lines like the line about the bus, or he's as a boy standing there with the red towel, which I know I did, pretending to play. I was Batman and Robin was the fun thing to play when I loved the Adam West Batman and Batman. But you know what I mean? Like that, like there are lines in there that are amazing in the Man of Steel trailer. I haven't seen anything in the Gunn Superman trailers that has moved me the way those trailers did. And also I heard this may be breaking, and I told you this, but you did not say this publicly.
Yeah. Yeah. That
From my source regarding Superman, there are jokes that make fun of the Snyder Cut. And yeah, so I don't know if it's making fun of Snyder Bros per se, but there's jokes that make fun of the Snyder Cut. I don't know how that's going to land. I don't know why you would want that in there. Like, look, when you watch this movie 20 years from now, this is why we can watch movies from these other eras in the 70s. They're not beholden to other things. They ignored, they did. Well, you've acknowledged, and it's true, about the Ewoks and Andor being an allegory for Vietnam. That was always in George's head.
Yeah.
Right. But it's so under the surface. It's such a subtext that's very, very low. It doesn't date it. Right. It's not on the nose. The problem is everything today is so on the nose, that it's cringe. And we'll get to Thunderbolts, but
no, it is interesting that George saw the Viet Cong as little teddy bears who would roast human beings.
Right, exactly. But look, I just think that and even now people are saying, and I don't know this to be true at all, the war that is in Superman with the young boy holding the flag. There's some war that's outside the US that could be something about Ukraine. I don't know.
No,
that I haven't heard.
Stamping like it like I think everybody, people who probably disagree with us would probably be in agreement that Superman should probably not hit on any hot topic or hot issue of the day or the era or the fucking century. It should be a timeless, hopeful movie.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, we talk about this a lot. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man came out at a perfect time, which propelled a very good movie into the stratosphere. It was post 9/11, and it was just, we need a feel-good movie. We need a feel-good movie. Little American flag here and there.
Yeah. Ending with an American flag. By the way, watch the entire Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. That movie has love,
Yeah.
romance, heterosexual romance in a superhero movie. You never see it. Religion, Aunt May goes to church. It has so there's God and country. Raimi, I'm gonna guess, is pretty based.
I'm gonna guess he's at least normal.
Based.
He's at least
He's
normal.
a normal man, as Craig from Side Scrollers likes to call them, a normal man. And like so I went and rewatched those in the theater last year. They re-released all the Spider-Man movies. I saw the Raimi ones in a theater. People went nuts. I saw it, and when I walked in, there were all these kids, and I'm thinking, "Oh God, this is gonna suck." They'll be on their phones, they'll be chattering, whatever. These are a group of the audience were people that never saw these movies first run. They're in the theater for the first time. They gasped. They were. You could hear people getting choked up when the romance, like you could hear a little, because you don't see it anymore.
No,
Kids don't. You don't see in movies romance. Characters aren't driven by love, and I think that is so wrong-headed because it's broad.
It's an overreaction to Me Too. It's also sorry, it's the alphabet agenda.
Yes,
which is basically Marxist, which is the term heteronormative, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's yeah.
You mean normal? I mean, like, it's okay not to
be
be
normal.
Like, if I have been told I was not normal my whole life, I don't care.
Yeah,
I know.
Same.
I don't fucking care. I don't need your approval. You know, God, have some fucking confidence. But yeah, that's that. There is going to be romance in Superman, though. Like, James is definitely put that front and center on the trailer. But him putting this personal shit in there, if it indeed makes it, is so people ask, what was the rumor? The rumor is, and it's blown up over the last couple days. Cosmic Book News wrote an article on it. I don't know where it's from. Probably Retarded would be my guess. And then I guess he wrote a follow-up today, and some of our pals have made videos on it. So the rumor is that Lex uses cancel culture. He internet bullies Superman with mutant monkeys, who are a bot farm, basically, of mutant monkeys, flooding social media with the hashtag super shit.
Yeah.
Now, this scene could be like fucking 15 seconds long. Like, it could literally just be a little scene. I guess if you want to ask the person, like, how long is the scene in the movie? That would be probably a good question for context.
Anything else?
That's all I could, like, where is it placed and how long is it? How long is, well, boy, that's a
yeah.
That's what she said.
Where is it placed and how long is it? Fuck it. That's all I can think of right now. Is there any other question? So that's one of the rumors, and then Matt kind of theorized that it's a result of his cancel culture. Now, again, you exploring cancel culture in a movie, I mean, that really happened. If you didn't, honestly, that would be appreciated. I doubt Hollywood ever would in a million years. But in a Superman movie, it's just a really fucking bad idea. And you know what, James, you want to get if you ever want to get back at your perceived enemies, just succeed and not give a fuck. That's kind of the best way.
Right.
Just live, be happy.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't care. That's pretty much how you get back. If they are indeed your enemies. Obviously he feels like it was wrong because from his perspective, he was just telling jokes. Now, jokes are jokes. Certain jokes, believe it or not, I won't tell. That's a group of some jokes that I'm not going to fucking tell. But we live in a free speech society. Now, does that make him the thing? You know.
By the way, I'm just going to put the answer in the private chat. So for you, this is the response I got to that question.
So just to reset that the rumors. The thing is, taking a jab at the Snyder Cut fans or the Snyder Cut at all is just
The Snyder Cut.
Bro, I know you're watching, James. Cut it out. Cut it out of the movie right fucking now. Cut it out. You will never fucking live it down if it does not outgross Man of Steel and you took a shot at Snyder Cut fans and then you put in the hashtag super shit. If I cut it out, dude. You know what's good for you. Sorry, go on, Chris.
No. It's fine. I just think, I don't know. I have I've been, they've tried to cancel me. It happens, whatever. I'm used to it. Since I started Film Threat, our letters column was called Hate Mail, and people would take shots at me and I would have the final word, and it was played as a joke. I mean, it was, it was a joke. And so I've been the subject of that. I just think when you reach a certain point, why do you care what the internet says? So I feel like, and James Gunn deserves, in my opinion, deserves all his success. He really, from Guardians to even movies previous when he is Super, I think is amazing. His indie work, even at Trauma, he put, like, Lloyd Kaufman is actually in Superman. I interviewed Lloyd recently, that, he remembers, people, from his past that helped get him to where he is. So
nothing wrong with that.
But why he cares? I think he's got thin skin. And I think about that, like even the She-Hulk making incels, by the end of the show, they're the main villains.
There's incel villains in Boys season 2. There's an incel villain at the end of the Batman. We just had a Doctor Who episode, Planet of the Incels. It's something they just keep doing and doing. Oh, and there's incels and Creature Commandos. And I'm just naming a few. There's so many more. So many more.
And then, so I'm getting answers live. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's not super direct, but I could see how. Yeah, I think I could see how Snyder Cut. So the context of the scene, as far as like how long is the scene, it's about 30 seconds in the background. That's about it. You see, that's what I thought it would be. It would be just a little thing, and you see monkeys
super
typing.
Shit.
Yeah. It's typing super shit. But it's there.
So, yeah.
So it's almost passive aggressive if it's shorter.
Yeah.
It's passive aggressive. And the one at the Snyder Cut, I think there's some plausible deniability there.
Yeah, there is. But it's veiled could be.
Oh, totally.
I mean, that's
it's passive aggressive. Okay, again.
Yeah. Because, James Gunn, dismissing Cavill, I think a lot of people did not like that decision. Cavill was a great Superman in a movie that was not well received.
Yeah.
And he was that's why I think that people are just apprehensive. David Cornsweet still has to prove himself, I think.
Yeah. And so does Jay. And I think people were fine. We're willing, hey, let's give this thing a chance. Even if you put that in for 30 seconds, and now that the word is out, you've just turned people off to something you can't afford. You can't afford that at all. This needs to have mass appeal. It needs to be the biggest movie. It needs to beat the Fantastic Four. It needs to beat Jurassic Park. I don't know if it's going to do that now. I just don't know.
Yeah. Well, someone was even asking, I don't know,
it'd have been better, Chris, not doing any marketing at all. They'd be better off. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. But will a superhero movie, I think it was Campea and Rob Burnett was hosting. So I was watching. Will any superhero movie this year break $1 billion?
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I don't think so either.
I think the only superhero movie that has a chance, I don't think so.
Well, not Captain America, not Thunderbolts, I can tell you for sure. Not not FF the way
Not
that's
FF,
tracking.
not Superman.
Superman. So no superhero movie will break 1 billion. Minecraft will break 1 billion. Um
If they leave it in theaters long enough, it would. Yeah.
And
Minecraft.
you've got probably Jurassic.
I think Jurassic could hit 1 billion based on international numbers if they're releasing it in China.
Yeah. So
and Avatar for sure. Avatar 3
yeah.
will make a couple billion. Maybe How to Train Your Dragon, maybe Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah, Lilo and Stitch.
But no superhero movies. No.
No.
Where does any superhero movies coming out after FF? There's no Sony stuff. No DC. Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah, not one will break 1 billion. If Superman does, it'll be. I'll be surprised.
I'll be surprised, but you never know, Chris. It's not been a great year. Captain African American did not do well. Didn't even hit that completely made up mythical 425 break even point based on the bullshit budget. Daredevil Born Again did not perform well. Just didn't fucking chart. And now we have Thunderbolts, which is tracking behind Captain African American. And Chris Gore, I know, and I watched your late night live stream, and this is right after the glowing praise from the first reactors. I'm going to call them the first reactors now.
Yeah. That makes sense.
First reactors, who are totally not paid shills, paid with access, paid with whatever, and come out and really, I mean, coincidentally, Chris, it just has to be a coincidence, say essentially the same thing over and over. And in your case, because your stuff was a little fresher, when you were going through your timeline of the Thunderbolts, they all had the same GIF. They were all using the same GIF.
It was weird. So first, here's a reaction. You go to these early screenings, and it was me, Dante, and Alan. We sat together. We sat in the back because we got seated late. Not a full screening, but all critics I recognized from YouTube and just all the places. But there were a lot of people seated in the back I did not recognize. I'm pretty sure that laughed way too loud at everything, like to the point where it was noticeable, really noticeable. And when the movie was over, I looked at Al. I was so defeated after everything. I looked at Alan like, do we even want to go live with the stream tonight? Who cares? I was like, I really. And then
was your mental health affected, Chris?
Oh my God. This whole narrative that the movie addresses mental health. One of the guys is struggling. And when he takes the characters into the void, each of the, Suicide Squad, Thunderbolts into the void, they sort of confront their demons.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I guess, addressing mental health, because he's, they try to groom Bob into I'm giving spoilers now. Does anyone care? I don't think so. 3, 2, 1, Bob is the Sentry.
I think pretty much everybody knows that.
And
there's a trailer with the bullets bouncing off him at one point.
He's got all these Matrix-like Neo powers, and can put people into the void, and but he's unhinged. He's not well, mentally. They get into it on a surface level. The fact that they think this movie is a platform for that is kind of dumb.
Dude, is it literally I'm really taking time to take care of my mental health, and that's the only fucking line in the movie, and every critic's it really is a serious look at mental health. It's like they said it.
It's not that bad, but it's close. It's just not any sort of deep dive. I don't know why you would in a movie like this. It's
It sounds like a marketing department fed some fucking language and like, here, this is what you should say.
Yeah, this is well, they try to seed that in like releases
Yep.
or like here's your sort of you're going to the movie, here's the embargoes, and then they
here's
have
what
some
you're allowed to
language in
say.
it.
Mental health. Florence Pugh is amazing.
Oh, I found her insufferable, to be honest. Like I thought she should not be the lead of any Marvel film. I'm sorry. And she is the lead of this movie and the team. And it is full girl boss Avengers by the end. By the way, that asterisk, I think I told you, they are the new Avengers. And wow, what was weird was because we look at social media, we're reading it, and we saw the reaction of people around us. There was only one other person I talked to there that had a mixed to negative reaction, and that was David Poland. Who I really enjoyed talking to David. He's sober-minded, super lefty, but sober-minded, common sense when it comes to industry analysis. It was literally me, Alan, and Dante going like, everyone else seems to like this. Where are we? And Rotten Tomatoes, it dropped to 88%, but it'll probably linger in the 80%.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's where we're gonna land on that.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll find out tomorrow.
You'll find out it's well below that. I mean, Alan Ing in Film Threat gave it a 3 out of 10.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll find his review.
I saw Dante's review. His video review that he did at 5 in the morning and talked about like doing coke or something like that. I'm just kidding, Dante.
No, well, yeah. He was doing gummies.
He's just snorting his gummies.
Doing gummies. I don't know if you want to share Dante's or Alan's review.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, but I'll go to it here.
Go check out Verbal Riot. We love Verbal Riot, by the way.
Yeah.
Good dude.
So yeah, 3 out of 10.
And Alan Ing.
Alan.
I guess Alan Ing
too
too.
many ads on my freaking site.
Ad blocker.
Yeah, I know. I'm not using one now. But yeah. I was surprised. 3 out of 10 from
3
Alan.
out of 10. And what was
Heroes win by empathy. The end of the movie is literally the same, resolved the same as Captain America. The people writing these movies are fucking morons.
Remember when we made fun
superheroes?
Remember when we made fun of Sun's Going Down, big guy? That's they're ending their movies now.
Yeah, and that's how this is resolved. Literally talking the main villain. First of all, you sympathize with the villain, and then the way the villain is brought down is with, empathy. It's dumb.
What can you scroll up? Can we get like his final thoughts? Does he give kind of a
Thunderbolts tries to turn superheroes into therapists, but all it really does is leave fans desperate for a proper brawl. While Florence Pugh and David Harbour try to inject some soul into the chaos, the film proves that no amount of punchlines can save a story that forgot its superpower. Sometimes you don't need a group hug; you need a good old-fashioned throwdown. It's just.
Uh-oh.
The first half hour of the movie is them trying to escape a building. Where what's her name? Elaine from Seinfeld's character sends them there to kill them all. To get them killed.
And they kill one of them.
Yes, they do. Really quickly.
The one who's
one shot and they're out.
the one character that they're like, hey, a mystery death in the beginning. And you're like, hey, there's this character that's not in the elevator scene or any other scenes later in the movie. Where's the task manager?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good move. I'm going to say that's a plus, getting rid of that character. The way they did, I think they shouldn't have stopped there. But obviously they spoiled that when they announced the cast. Remember when we watched almost that whole entire chair stream, Chris?
Oh my God. That was fun, actually.
That was actually fun.
I had fun watching that.
But yeah, they announced the cast and kind of spoiled it. Oh, well.
Yeah. So dude. And then Dante went into it on, so I don't care that there's this the way things are resolved at the end is Elaine from Seinfeld goes behind a tarp and the press is there and introduces the new Avengers, which they call themselves. You know why they call themselves the Thunderbolts?
Why?
It's not because of Thunderbolt Ross.
No.
It's because of the soccer team that Yelena was on when she was a kid was called the Thunderbolts. Did you know that, Gary?
That is so lame.
I must have missed that in the comic books.
Yeah, well, maybe it wasn't in the comic books. Their soccer team was the Thunderbolts. Yeah, it's I mean, I'm watching this movie going, look, I like Sebastian Stan as Bucky. I like him. And US Agent Wyatt Russell, I like him too. And I think if Florence Pugh was a side character, she'd be tolerable. But everything now in Marvel is quippy Marvel. Nothing matters. Nothing makes sense. Nothing, there are no stakes. Nothing's important. Everything is an excuse for a joke. It's this is where we are.
Yeah.
And this movie will probably it'll be better received than Cap, but maybe not make as much money as Cap. That's again speculation on my part, but it was weird because the people we were sitting around laughed really hard at everything. I kept looking at Dante and Alan and going like, why are we not laughing? Like we were just sitting there going like, it was annoying. It was like I was in Cape Fear with 100 De Niro's sitting behind me. I'm not joking. That's what it was like. Like they brought in professional laughers.
Yeah, you were talking about that it was in one section.
In the very back, there were like 30, 40 people that ha 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 ha.
That is okay. That is just strange enough to be believable.
It felt weird.
Secret laughers.
I'd never seen any of these people ever at a screening. Didn't recognize one face. I mean, I'm terrible at names. Terrible at names, folks. You cut me some slack. But faces, I remember faces. And wow, it was bizarre. And then we were looking like, do I even want to do the stream? I don't think this movie is that
compelling either way. Or
I mean, is it gonna win the weekend? It'll win the weekend.
It'll win the weekend. It'll beat Sinners. Because even if Sinners matches their first week again or gets close to it, it's only like 48 million. Yeah. But the bummer is if you wanted to see Sinners in IMAX, you better go now because it's getting kicked out of IMAX is for Thunderbolts. Yeah, you got to go today.
And Sith is gone. I'm going tonight. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, how long is Sith going to be out?
Today is the last day.
That is, man.
How dumb.
Dude, let it run for a month. What are you losing?
Or do what they did with Spider-Man. They had every movie. It was like every Tuesday, and then they ran. Spider-Man was doing so well. They kept it in theaters. They said only on Tuesdays. Then they kept it. I went back and I saw all the Raimi Spider-Mans in a theater. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of religion in this. Wow. There's a lot of patriotism in this post 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
So, different world. Now everything is very anti-American. There's another weird thing. The post-credit scene. Can I talk about it? Because
sure,
no one cares. I'm on. And Alan and I will do a full review and everything on Hollywood on the Rocks later. Get Alan's opinion. There's a joke post-credit scene with David Harbour on a Wheaties box in this grocery store trying to talk up a girl. Doesn't go well. It's a very diverse scene. That's all I'll say.
That's the post-credit scene?
One of them.
And there's another one.
With the new Avengers, it says specifically, and I don't know why, 14 months later. Why so specific? I don't know.
Yeah, because
14 months
don't
later.
they mention in the movie that Bucky is no longer a congressman? Like
Correct.
he flamed
He
out after
lasted
half a term. So
half a term.
2 years have passed since
14
Captain African
Yes.
American,
14
and then
months
14
later.
months later again. Okay.
Yeah, they are in Avengers headquarters in New York, which has been repaired after the battle of it's sort of a mini battle of New York with the Sentry, right?
Yep.
They created the villain, so-called villain Sentry, who became the villain, which then became the hero to create the new team, right? Like a false flag event.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know? Then they're in the new Avengers headquarters has been repaired. They have kind of new costumes. They're
Gotcha.
trying out. David Harbour wants to have changed the name because Sam Wilson's trying to sue the Avengers over the name Avengers. They mentioned that. And so he says, why don't we just spell it Avengers with a Z?
Avengers with a Z?
Yeah.
Avengers with a Z?
A Z. Avengers. And he's got some lame costume that says Avengers on it. They kind of have new costumes. Anyways, somewhat variations on their costumes.
So they're trying to
mix your
in...
face was frozen for a second.
No, no. So they're trying to do. Okay.
And then
none of that makes sense, but like they're just throwing shit at the wall at this point. Like I
okay. They're setting up Doomsday. So
yes,
they're the Avengers. They literally have they've got.
Are they the Avengers Tower?
They're in Avengers Tower. So I'm telling you. And then
okay.
They look at Yelena looks at
Avengers.
some UFO is coming toward Earth. This is all there's screenshots of it, and it's the Fantastic Four rocket coming toward Earth, and that's it. So yeah, that happened.
Wow,
that's the ending.
Okay.
That's
Marvel's back. This is a return to form, Chris. Everybody's saying it's a return to form. Like this is the best thing since Endgame, although everything was fine up until this movie. I guess it's not fine now. I guess it's safe to say it's not fine, but you did notice that when you were going over all those like mental health, Florence Pugh's amazing, and it's the MCU return to form. All variations of those three. Is
that what they said?
That's what they were saying. Pretty much.
I would not say that. I mean, it's not overtly woke. I mean, it's just girl boss Avengers is what it is. It is girl boss Avengers is what this movie is. And I think Yelena's she's fine in the background. I don't know. They don't have really anyone who is strong enough to lead the MCU. Who is the lead? The lead stories of the MCU were Cap and Iron Man.
Yeah, and Iron Man was numero uno. I mean, he was.
Yes.
And Cap had the best trilogy. But who is that now? Who is your go-to for the MCU?
No one. And there are so many loose ends from
Yolanda. It's one of the critics called her Yolanda in one of his tweets. Yolanda was the best part of the movie.
Oh, for real?
Instead of
you got it wrong?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So wrong.
I mean, there's so many dumb. Do you remember at the end of Shang-Chi when Captain Marvel and Bruce Banner were talking to Shang-Chi about what happened? Were they the Avengers then?
Sure. I'm guessing the Marvel banner that they changed, by the way. They removed She-Hulk, but I'm guessing that Marvel banner is the Avengers. It's got Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, Captain African American,
Hulk.
No, Hulk isn't even, is he? I don't think he's on it. I haven't seen it in a while. Shuri and who else is Scarlet Witch.
And I'll say that where is this all going to Doomsday, will Doomsday wrap up every thread? Because here's what's weird. Thunderbolts really depends on if you've seen a couple different Disney Plus shows.
So
you have to have seen Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
You have to have seen Captain America or the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And Black Widow.
And Black Widow. You have to have seen what else? Ant-Man 2.
The Wasp and Ant-Man.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's really Marvel movies are homework. This will not land with normies, I don't think. Normies will not love this movie because it's confusing. And I didn't even finish Falcon and Winter Soldier. I never watched the end.
Oh, I watched it again before Captain African American, and it is the single most hateful show Disney Marvel has produced to this day. It is,
but I feel like
hateful.
I've seen it because I saw so many clips.
It hates itself. It hates the lore. It hates half the audience. It fucking hates everything. It is such a horrible message in that thing, of defeatism and just nihilism. It's like, get fucked. And the hero was the villain, Freckle Jesus. They fucking deified her. Like she literally died for everybody's sins at the end. It was such shit. And the only good character was the one that, I'm not gonna, the portion of the Marvel audience that's on Twitter completely missed was John Walker did nothing wrong. Did absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah. They turn him into kind of a joke. He is the butt of every joke.
Of course.
For being a fucking
the white
loser.
guy? The white guy's the butt of every joke?
Yeah.
What a shocker.
I mean, Alan was like, his tweet was genuine where he said, like, I'm sad.
No spoilers, please. That show, sorry, Chris. I saw in the chat, no spoilers, please, for Falcon and Winter Soldier. I just saved you hours of your life. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, I don't care. But no, like Alan's tweet was genuine. And we were confused because, and here's why I'm like, because sometimes you never know. In a bubble, you see something, you're like, oh, I kind of like this, or I don't like this. We were talking about Andor season 2. You're hating it. I'll say the second half with Bail Organa and Mon Mothma and more Cassian actually doing James Bond stuff. And Luthen just, and the thing is this, people meet like Cyril and Deidre and these other characters, they will meet their fate.
Well,
it's not going to be good for everybody.
Guessing everybody dies except for Andor and Bail Organa, maybe.
And Mon Mothma, but you'll see it. Like it just, it paid off for me,
Chris.
And the end is like an epilogue. It's all good. But you never know in a bubble. So I'm like, I don't know. Like maybe we're off. Maybe because I'm seeing Thunderbolts
you like what you like and you don't like what you don't like, and you know I watch everything twice too just to get everything right. I'm actually going to review no matter what.
I started watching Mobland. It's fucking awesome.
See Mobland.
It's so good.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
It's fucking amazing.
I'm only like a couple episodes in. Holy shit! Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, amazing. Helen Mirren, what?
She's so great, dude.
She's Lady Macbeth.
She's fucking Cersei, and her grandson is Joffrey. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To the point where I don't know if they were awfully close in one scene. And she gives her grandson. She's like, is my little grandson okay? Would you like some Coke? She gives him Coke. That's so funny.
Tom Hardy in that.
Tom Hardy's kind of the best thing in it with Pierce Brosnan. I can always and Helen Mirren chewing up scenery. Oh, and Patty Considine is in it too, and he's great as Kevin. So you know what isn't great to me is Andor. So
that's fair. I can see. Look, I understand why Mueller is really into it. So I want to hear what he thinks of the entire second season. But for this movie, Thunderbolts, I haven't really seen other people. There are very few reviews that are negative. If you go to Rotten Tomatoes, I can click. You could probably bring it up. It's why does my browser bring up the mobile version of? I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, it's 88%, and there are a few, but the people just read the ones that don't like it. Those are honest. I feel like those are the ones being honest. But maybe Disney wanted to control this more because they must have been surprised, maybe not surprised.
Well,
Captain America got such bad critic backlash that they're like, okay, with this one, we got to be careful.
Chill. Well, I didn't think, okay, maybe again, being a sweet summer child, but I didn't think Thunderbolts would be worse than Captain African American. I thought it would be, at best, it would be meh. Okay. Like, that's kind of what I was expecting, because I haven't heard massive reshoots with this or anything behind the scenes. And they still spent $200 million on it, but it didn't have like a out of control budget or anything like that. It got out relatively on time. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just going to be like, you know, still bad, but not like as bad as everything else. But I kind of thought that about Captain African American too. And it was legit bad.
I'm seeing the movie again with a paying audience in Dolby. I like the Dolby Digital, and we'll see how they react.
Yeah,
but I believe there were professional laughers in my screening.
that is just, dude. Hollywood would absolutely do something like that. Yes,
okay, and by the way, I know that. Okay, years ago, I was the director of a film festival in Sonoma. And one of the things I did was training our volunteers to clap at the end of a movie. And I've done this. If you start to clap, you can get everyone to clap. If you're the first one, I'll just say, I'll look over, watch this, and I'll clap after, and then a lot of people clap. You can start a clap. You can start people laughing. It's one of the reasons that, this is a weird divert, Walt Disney would put in like, you know, humor that would make, he would put in butts in his cartoons because it would make little children laugh. Look up Disney butt, Walt Disney butts, and you look at, like, I'm talking very innocent. Like Thumper turning around, you see the cute little rabbit butt. It made little children giggle, which made the whole audience laugh. And Walt Disney would overuse this device of cute things in cartoons.
He understood the hook.
He
understood the hook before it, or very early on. I won't say before anybody, but
you talk to people who are students of animation. I learned this from John Cristofalusi. Taught me this, showed me Disney butts, and he would do butt humor, make little children giggle, which would then make adults laugh. Or the audience laugh. That was a trick that he used. It's very prevalent in all the early Disney animation. So anyways,
in other words, manipulating crowds and like, it's done every day. It's been done. It's a lot easier to be done now, and it would cost Disney nothing to hire some actors to go in and laugh and give them like $200 each.
Yeah,
that's $100 an hour.
Even that.
Yeah.
Give him a t-shirt.
Okay, so X-Ray Girl, Control F mental health. I mean, maybe it's not as prevalent here in Rotten Tomatoes, but how many times is it up?
Twice so far.
It's only twice. Okay, so it only got to the first reactors. Pretty crazy. All right, looks like everybody's kind of liking it. Showbiz Junkies, queer.horror.movies. Okay. Taste Magazine, Film Reader, NYC Movie Guru. What do the top critics think? What is that? What is she? And she didn't like it. Hang on. Go. Okay. Go down. Let's just read some. Yes. Thunderbolts doesn't rush into action, but it does deliver the staples that superhero fans crave. Therapy at the end of a movie, right? While respecting the need to create a bolder story than what the superhero genre has been delivering of late. Did you watch Penguin? Randy, did you watch Penguin? Peter Howell, as a top critic, said, I would have preferred less Sturm and Drang and more attempts at comedy. Though, to be fair, the script's best lines are handed with a flourish to to Desfontaine, sorry. She prowls through the film like a cat who's read Machiavelli and found it wanting. Oh my God, Peter. You're a fucking film critic, okay? Jesus Christ. Stop. Oh my God, I need to take control of these pages somehow. Mike Massey, Gone with the Twins. Big outlet out there. Chris, you go to that all the time?
What are these outlets? When we were going through Twitter on our live stream, I didn't recognize anybody or any outlet, and they went to the premiere. It was weird. Anyways.
Yeah. Entertaining in all the usual ways, but it can't quite muster an identity of its own, a novel approach that could make it stand out from the rest, despite the fact that this B- team of superheroes is comprised of some A-list character actors. Well, you just lost your access, Mike. You're done, buddy. Thunderbolts feels actually stunted by the limitations levied by its shared universe, where the mold it's forced to fit into obfuscates any new daring lens.
And that's from Prabjot Baines.
But why though? A geek community.
They're really reaching out to outlets that I don't know. They're on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know. Let's go to film, like putting Film Thread in there. Like they are fucking scraping the bottom.
Here's your dad.
Right bottom there. Of the barrel.
Oh, there we go.
Alan Ing. Thunderbolts tries to turn superheroes into therapists, but all it really does is leave fans desperate for a proper brawl. Or the door, Alan. Or the door. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly positive, though. Mostly positive from the critics. And again, let's go. Okay, back out, X-Ray. Go to the number. And we just want to see the percentage of top critics where their percentage is at.
Yeah.
Where do I go again for that?
Click on the number 88 right there.
There we go.
All right. And then, oh, it's not there yet. So it's only all critics. We haven't separated by top critics yet, but we will. You could take it down. You could take it down. Andor. I watched 3 episodes because they dropped 3. Little better than the awful first 3 episodes. But then it ends so fucking annoying. I was so annoyed by the end. And people might say they built up to that. I just couldn't care less. So there's it's the second lesbian kiss in Disney Star Wars. So let's give a round of applause.
Yeah.
And we were going to have potentially 2 straight people have sex. They just turned out the light, but they straight up had some mackin', and not just a victory kiss, some mackin' between the waif from Game of Thrones and the new companion from Doctor Who. And then they buried their gays, Chris. They buried their gays. One of the lesbians, they didn't break up. They didn't call a space U-Haul after some domestic violence. The new Doctor Who companion dies at the end by accidentally getting shot by a guy who was getting attacked, and then the waif, the lesbian, lectures him on how much of a hero she was and how nothing you are, and you're gonna live with it, you straight man, for the rest of your life. And I'm like, fuck this show.
That lecture was so dumb.
It's so
the guy
retarded.
Already feels like shit.
Yeah.
That lecture, did that feel out of place to you, Gary?
It felt like a fucking gender studies intersectional feminist lecture in the middle of this. And it hasn't, this season it has. Last season, it really didn't delve into any kind of intersectionalism or wokeness. They've had a fucking heavy-handed immigration allegory in the first 3 episodes. And then they do this. And then, I'm probably going to get shit for this. But at the very end, they show Bix get a revenge.
Yeah. That lecture felt so out of place. It felt like, this is why I contend that this is gonna sound sexist. I think that male creators, what do you want to say, directors, writers, are better at doing female characters than female directors, writers are at doing male characters, because male directors have empathy for women, right? They just have empathy for women characters, female characters. If you look at the history of film, so many great performances by women directed by men. But try to find a female director directing a man with a great performance. I feel it's because men have more empathy for women, and female filmmakers, and I see this a lot in indie film. It's probably more prevalent in indie film. They almost have disdain for their male characters. Disdain.
Well, in a lot.
I'm just saying.
Specifically,
I'm just saying.
but yeah, that scene like took me right out of it.
Yeah, same.
And I'm gonna wait to talk to Mahler on basically like what we're gonna what I thought about that very end of the last episode.
Yeah.
Bix getting her revenge. I thought, yeah, I didn't think much of it, but that took me out. That whole fucking thing. It felt like they were building something. And Cyril, I keep wanting to call him Serial. Like has
Cereal.
a better
Cereal.
Serial has a better role in this finally, but they still keep bringing in his mom. But they're having him infiltrate the Gorman, the French resistance. They're fucking French. And I couldn't help but think of fucking Top Secret. They even have a guy who kind of looks like Deja Vu.
Oh my God.
It's like, I can't help but think about fucking Top Secret. It's like, it's the French resistance and they are against the empire. And they bring up like the Tarkin massacre. And they're building up to the Gorman massacre, obviously. Yeah. But it's so fucking boring, dude. That's like the worst. No, it's so
I'm not
okay. Last night, I'm perfectly awake, and admittedly, I'm an old man, like you.
Yeah,
I fell asleep.
I'm an older man. I'm an older man.
Twice. So I had to. So I ended up rewatching the last two episodes again because I'm like, I honestly don't know where I fell asleep, so I just fucking watched them again. Yeah, it's just really boring, man. It's pretty looking. I mean, like, dude, you can see where that $650 million goes for sure.
No, it looks great. I mean, the best looking Star Wars Disney has ever made. But I will say the last 6 episodes, it gets good. I'll just leave it there.
Do they leave it because it's getting a little girl boss? Just a little bit. It's getting a little girl boss.
Well, go see Thunderbolts and then get back to me because I'm
not going to say on a level of
your MCU.
Go on.
Your MCU thing. It didn't go away. It didn't go, like this proves it. And when we see FF, if what we hear about Sue Storm is true, I don't know. I'm kind of
dude, female Silver Surfer. Like it has not gone away. Will it go away? Chris, I don't know if you Chris Claremont dropped some rumors about Doomsday.
I don't know this.
Cosmic Marvel tweeted about it. Hang on. So
let's find it.
I need to hear audio of Chris Claremont saying like what he said. I need to hear that because this whole thing could find the source because this whole thing like could be somebody asking him a question who goes, well, these characters could be in here and this could happen. Let me I'll find it, X-Ray Girl.
Okay, thank you.
Well, just search Cosmic Marvel. And his account should her account. Cosmic Marvel Doomsday. Let's see if it comes up. No, I don't see it. Maybe it wasn't Cosmic Marvel. I guess I'm gonna have to go off the top of my head unless we can find it. So Chris Claremont basically said that Wolverine's going to be in Doomsday. That A good Scarlet Witch is going to be in Doomsday. Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing multiple characters like Iron Man. Now, this could be Doomsday and Secret Wars too. Okay, just keep that in mind. Or just Secret Wars. Robert Downey Jr. will play multiple characters. Chris Evans will be Hydra Cap in some form or another, which I think everybody on Earth predicted once we heard this. And Chris Evans is going to be in it. They've been keeping his name under wraps for obvious reasons.
Right.
It doesn't look like Ryan Reynolds is going to be in it, although they filmed his chair, which is weird. Hugh Jackman's going to be in it. But I think Beardo was talking about it. I guess one of the plot rumors is these. Well, I know for a fact that three universes are going to be fighting each other: the FF universe, the X-Men universe, and the Marvel 6-1. Well, the Marvel 9999999, not the 616, because the 616, despite what they fucking say in the MCU, that's the comic book.
So it's basically Civil Wars,
Infinity Wars, and they're going to base it on the Battle World Secret Wars from 2016, chat? I can't remember now. Fucking terrible. Secret Empires, fucking terrible. Hail Hydra. Who could forget that? And erase, like, Cap was always like a sleeper for Hydra, and they had to retcon that with the fucking Cosmic Cube and all that shit. But yeah, they really fucked things up in the comic books, and they're repeating the same mistakes, apparently. So, and I guess the keys to Doom's success are getting the 10 rings from Shang-Chi, getting the bangles from Miss Marvel and America Chavez. So you got two girls who are the key to everything, and who's just so happen to be two of the worst characters from the comic books, America Chavez and Miss Marvel. And Doom has to get their either abilities or jewelry to create Battle World. Who knows if that's true or not? But yeah, we know they filmed chairs, Chris, that they didn't show.
right?
And one of them was Hugh Jackman, and the other one was Ryan Reynolds, and the other one was Owen Wilson, because contracts weren't signed yet.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just decided not to put him in last minute.
It's shooting now.
Yeah, didn't it start today or yesterday?
Yeah. So it's shooting. And it comes out in a year, Gary.
Oh, dude.
How good will the CG be?
Remember when George Lucas took 3 years to make a Star Wars movie?
Because he spent a lot of time editing. Now they edit the movies as they go. John Carpenter complained about this. He said that it used to be you would kind of, let the movie settle. You take a year to edit a movie and you'd look at it and what could be improved, what could be made better. Now it's like you have a release date before you roll cameras. It's wrong-headed. That's why the sequel trilogy sucks. I think really, had they chose Jon Favreau to do the sequel trilogy, it would have been better.
It probably
would have been great.
Yeah, I think it would have been better.
JJ's a hack. Ryan Johnson I have problems with, but what's weird is looking back on the sequel trilogy, it's like, well, kind of Last Jedi had the best moments. It had some quotable lines. I know people will hate me for that, but whatever. It's in retrospect.
I think it's safe to say like Rise of Skywalker is the worst movie. I think
that's of all the Star Wars movies.
Last Jedi does most damage to the entire franchise and the lore, but the worst product is Rise of Skywalker.
But
sure.
JJ ruined it by killing Han. There's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go with that, and there's no foundation.
You do that in 9 after an act of heroism and whatever, and he dies in an act of self-sacrifice.
Yep.
Like Spock in Star Trek 2.
Yep.
You do that in the 9th film. And you have, could they have had fans of the movies in that story group room? That lame fucking story group of people who were didn't even know Star Wars in that fucking story group. Go on and on.
Diversity, dinosaurs, and diversity.
dinosaurs, diversity.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Diverse
like the idea.
dinosaurs.
I just like that diversity were included aliens, and then it's just like whatever. I don't know.
No. James Gunn has a writer's room. Tom King's in it.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
don't know,
heavily
man.
involved in the next movie in Supergirl.
I think it's going to be goofy. I think Superman will be goofy. Silver Age, like those weird covers of Superman where you go, oh, that's a story? Lois Lane is black?
I know.
Undercover?
I have an 8.0 CGC copy of that, baby. Every politically incorrect cover they're so good.
I have something else to show you.
Superman digging through the earth to China and the Chinamen they drew.
Is that real?
Yes.
I love all the racist covers are like, wow, there you go. There you go.
Oh, dude.
Something I'm not sure. I gotta look this up. You know that they're reissuing a comic book. This is a comic where, oh God, I gotta find it. It's the origin of the Fantastic Four with a redo of the cover of the original. I found it. The original Fantastic Four #1, but with Pedro and everyone.
Oh, yes.
Did you know that?
They're doing a one shot. Yeah.
It's a one shot.
I heard about it.
Yeah. So
and somebody was saying this is the first movie tie-in the MCU has ever done on their video. I'm like, that is not true in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, so there it is.
Yeah, they've done prologues, they've done all kinds of shit.
Cover is so cool. I don't know if you want to share it. I mean, God, so this is with that looks bad, dude. That looks really awful. And so it's gonna tell
look at Pedro.
Look at that.
Look at Dad Bod Reed Richards right there.
I gotta zoom in.
Look at fucking.
What is this artwork? It looks like AI artwork. What is this? What is this? That's real? It looks like a paint by numbers. Am I wrong? Wait. That looks like paint by numbers to me.
It does.
Wow.
Listen, we're shitting on some poor guy's work. I hope you got a lot of money for that cover, brother.
Thing has a 4 on his leg.
And granted, you don't have much to work with if they said it's got to look like Pedro. So I'm trying to defend the artist here.
Are we gonna get Thing in? Are we gonna get Thing in swimming trunks? Like, come on, man, the trunks. Like, I love when Thing would say "bah."
Yes,
he just sort of ripped off the shirt. Bah. I'm not gonna wear this dumb costume, which had a helmet originally.
Yes,
he had a helmet. Oh my God.
Let's scroll up. Let's see what Johnny looks like.
Yeah. Here we go. Wait, look at their faces. Oh no, there's their faces.
Oh my God.
Fantastic Four First Steps, the origin of the movie character FF. That looks bad.
Yeah,
man.
so they're apparently supposed to be established heroes for 4 years in the movie, and you might see some like glimpses of Mole Man or something like that in it. Red Ghost is definitely going to be in it. But yeah.
Well,
it looks like a movie adaptation comic book
by superstar creators Matt Fraction and Mark Buckingham. It's coming out in July.
Okay.
Well,
I'm sure that'll save comic stores everywhere.
So now Reed Richards has a mustache. I mean, he was grizzled at times in the comic, but the guy was clean shaven.
There were specifically show times where he's like got a 5 o'clock shadow because he's been working.
I love that.
Desperately working. Yes.
I would love that late night in the lab, and it's a grizzled Reed Richards. Yeah.
At least they didn't put female Silver Surfer on it, but they couldn't because that's supposed to be the #1 cover again.
Oh man.
Oh man.
The more I see, the more I'm getting depressed, it's going to be Thunderbolts 2.0. More. Oh God, I can't wait to hear you guys on Friday. Will Az be there? Is he going to see Thunderbolts?
Yeah, he is.
Make him go.
Az will be there. Az will be there. Matt Fraction, is he with Kelly Sue DeConnick? Weren't they a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't he Mrs. Kelly Sue DeConnick?
Yeah. Mr.
I could be wrong.
Mr. Andor Mrs.
Matt Fraction, he was popular at the store for a while. He was. His writing. That was many moons ago. Many, many moons ago. I want just a random thought, Chris. I want Jon Favreau to fucking finish Iron Man Viva Las Vegas. It's a limited series he did that was pretty fucking good that we never got the final issue for. I mean, it's been a minute since I've bought a new comic, so I'm going to ask the chat. Did they ever finish that miniseries?
Oh, by the way, Gary, my intrepid producer, Atomic Lori, found the Chris Claremont video you're referencing.
Oh, okay, let's watch it.
In the private chat right now. In the private chat. Do you want me to show it or
you
X-Ray
can
Girl?
why don't you
Who has
show
better
it with your,
internet?
you have Los Angeles internet, so
well, I pay the most you can possibly pay for internet. So it's on a panel. It's in the middle of a panel. So okay, shoot. I gotta back up like
DC just canceled another movie. What's that? I was looking at the chat.
Oh, what? Let's find out.
I'll find out. You pull that up.
It's from the Huntsville. Sorry, I got to set this up, Gary. Huntsville Pop Culture Expo Panel B. I don't know what. I'll just. You want to just play it? Play it. I'll do it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking that up.
No
I
worries,
don't see
I'll look it
anything.
up.
Be specific
Okay.
on which movie they canceled. Yeah.
Okay, here we
or
go.
Or is this somebody just joking? I don't know. You never know. All right.
Robert Downey Jr. playing evil person. Iron Man. Wait. That's confusing. And then he's playing two other roles. I used to know them. But then Chris Evans is playing Captain America, young Captain America, evil Captain America, and Captain Hydra, or something, that Lord Hydra, whatever that. It's like, what the? Why did they just cast the Avengers, the original Avengers, as all the characters, villains, assistants, sidekicks? Yeah.
He's right.
Apparently, after denying it vociferously for at least a year, what's her face is coming back as Widow, not the Widow.
Scarlet Witch.
No, not Scarlet Johansson. What's her face? Who had the giant rock fall on her?
It's like being on a stream with you,
yeah.
trying to remember stuff.
Dude.
Sorry.
Elizabeth Olsen, right?
Elizabeth Olsen. No, it's
Yeah.
So she's coming back not only as
it's a real thing.
as Scarlet Witch, but a good Scarlet Witch. So I don't know if that means that the Vision's coming back.
Vision is coming
all the
back.
original
There's a
X-Men
series
coming
coming out.
back. For 2 weeks, we didn't know if Famke Janssen would come back, but now Famke Janssen is coming back. But she's coming back as Phoenix.
Oh, really? Famke? That's big.
Yeah.
Marvel girl.
Hey, is there some closed captions on this?
And
Right there.
apparently,
There you go.
You know how bad it is, though. Look at that. Wait, can you not see it?
I can see it.
coming back.
Okay. Psylocke.
Yes, I like
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn.
Asian.
I saw her big billboard with her on some Apple series. I was like, holy shit. Oh, good for Olivia. Fuck yeah.
And there's a rumor that Wolverine's going to kill somebody important, which would just. I'm sitting here thinking, why are you going to do this and make us wait for 3 years for the first X-Men movie? Why don't you just make this the first X-Men movie? On. Who cares about the Avengers? It's only been 20 years.
This
Get it
isn't
right
just some
now.
blowhard. This is comic book
Well,
legend
MDFF are coming
Chris
back.
Claremont, by the way.
They're already back. Or will be already back in July. And it'll establish, apparently, the FF will be back, have been back for 3 years when they run into Galactus. And it's like, yeah, but shouldn't he be taller? He's taller in the comic. It's like Godzilla's taller. Gojira is taller. So why did it?
Yeah, is the
Now you
scale
know
of
what it's like to deal with
It's a little
Marvel
small,
continuity.
but his scale does change.
And but I'm sitting here looking at this, and they have somewhere between 20 and 40 mainstream characters. We're talking A+ to B+, maybe with a couple of B's thrown in for
Some Z's, some definite Z's.
characters in this film. I mean,
the Thunderbolts.
The number of cool chairs with labels on them that they will have to have for the actors to sit on while they're waiting to be called for their scene. It like stretch from here to Mississippi. But are we in Mississippi? Confirm it sucks there. Dude, I've been through the Dakotas. You are so behind the curve. And with all due respect, based on my country of origin, we should all be pledging allegiance to His Majesty. That's a story for another time. But it makes things so much simpler. But
All right, like how long does this go?
It's like an hour panel.
Yeah, we're not going to go.
You got
Yeah.
the link. You got the link with the
We
relevant.
got the gist though. We got the so he's kind of just like rambling there and throwing out crazy spoilers. That's Chris Claremont. So
there you go.
there you go. There's your context. Thanks for pulling that up.
Of course. Thank Atomic Lori. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you, Atomic Lori. Thank you very much. Let's get soups, Chris.
Cool.
I mean, there was other like brief Rocky Horror 50th anniversary getting a 4K transfer.
Nice.
Did you hear that? So, and they're going to re-release it in theaters. And then a bunch of actors signed a letter for to support trans kids, and one of them was Papa Esianu, Black Snape.
Really?
Yes. Oh boy! But we're gonna get to soups.
Go.
Let's go. Noons is gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250. Noons! I'm done. Thank you. And don't forget, members, to tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central for brand new hot rumors from Chris Gore.
That's right. The thing is, though, I don't know that what I'm saying is all that important. And then suddenly I see someone wrote a story on 2 sentences I said on a live stream. So,
Well, I mean, we're not that important.
yeah, it's
You guys.
So
are
it kind of,
we're not.
I'm miffed. And then people I know are doing videos on it. I'm like, why don't you just ask me? You ask me. You talk to me. You go right to whatever.
Yeah, I thought, like, when I heard the rumor, Chris, I'm like, I don't remember hearing this specifically, and I think you kind of should have, right? Like, so I'm like, it's got to be bullshit, but I have a way to check. I actually have a legit way to check, so I'll just ask Chris. And we got confirmation again. Rumor is true. For the test screening, multiple people observed that Lex is using internet bullying through mutant monkeys in another dimension to start a cancel culture campaign against Superman. And there is a joke that could be taken as a shot at the Snyder cut.
Not my Superman.
Not my Superman. Not my Superman.
Might be.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll take it as a shot. They're going to take it as a shot. I promise you.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And like, that is really dumb. That is really dumb. I mean, 10 out of 10 for having balls and minus several million for good thinking.
Yeah.
Thorin Parps for $20. Thank you. Says, Gary, in honor of Val Kilmer, may he rest in peace, you owe it to yourself to watch Salt and Sea. He plays a meth addict on a mission of redemption that I think you'd really enjoy. D'Onofrio also stars as a dealer whose nose, who no nose calls Pooh Bear.
With no nose.
With no nose. Why did I say whose? With. Yes. So I have been singing the praises of this movie forever on this channel. Thank you for bringing it up. I love Salt and Sea. It is about Val Kilmer investigating the murder of his wife, and he has to go underground as a saxophone playing meth head with a giant tattoo on his back, and he takes on meth dealer Vincent D'Onofrio, and it all takes place in the Inland Empire, mostly, and they reenact the JFK assassination with remote control trains and chickens, or cars and chickens. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but very good movie. Very good movie. Duke Devil 95 for $25 on the. You've seen Salt and Sea, right, Chris?
Years ago, yeah.
Years ago, yeah. Good movie.
Oh yeah.
Duke Devil 95 for $25 says James Gunn Superman versus Internet Trolls will surely bring in $1 billion. Ugh. Just make a good Superman movie. Also, Super Shit sounds like a chapter title in Ryan Kinnell's future autobiography, where he describes his love of Taco Bell. That might be the name of his autobiography, to be honest with you. Super Shit, the story of too many good black people.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
It writes itself. Ryan, come on. I'll help you, buddy. As soon as I'm done with mine, we'll get Ryan Kinnell's going. Shlomi Leaner for $20 says, hey, Chris, I asked Mahler and Gary this question. What are your top 3 Marvel characters and their best moments? I am trying to get it into other characters. My favorite are Spidey, Nightcrawler, and Silver Surfer. Those are good characters.
Those are good characters.
Those are good. Just off top
I mean, Cap, I can do this all day. I don't know, Tony Stark standing in front of the exploding mountain. I don't know. I also like Cyclops. I've always been a Cyclops fan because I wore glasses as a kid.
Well, he said comics. So off the top of your head.
Oh, comics. Oh,
yeah,
comics.
Comics. Who are your 3 favorite
movies.
Marvel comic characters?
Oh, Marvel in the comic character. I love Reed Richards. I love Reed Richards. I don't know. Cyclops. I love. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I was a big fan of, and I like Captain America.
Yeah.
Sorry, Captain America.
Great character. There's
Reed Richards.
There's such a good I forgot. Why am I blanking who wrote it? The Garney run is so fucking good. And it's from the late 90s into 2000s before I bought the store. But it's a really good run. Really good run. Caps, but my memory is Swiss cheese right now. So, also, Nightcrawler is a great character. Criminally underused even in the comic books, in my opinion. Chris Claremont was the one who used him the best, and Silver Surfer is awesome. I love his 18-issue run from 1970, 69 or 70, and then his later run in the 80s, which is really good. Leads up to a lot of good stories. It intertwines with a lot of good stories. Lance for $19.99. Marvel movies, and in particular, the villains never got better than Raimi's Spider-Man movies. The scene of Green Goblin attacking Aunt May And forcing her to finish the Lord's Prayer is the kind of evil Marvel Studios never match. That's why when he came back in No Way Home, he instantly became top 2 Marvel villains. Like Thanos and fucking Green Goblin. Like easily. Kratos El Grados for $20 says, when I saw Boy and the Heron, I always want to say Heron, like heroin, in theaters on opening night, there were also a bunch of cackling idiots laughing through the movie, sometimes at inappropriate times, and it ruined the experience. Do you think they're paid? I think there's also cackling idiots in the world. I mean,
I just think, yeah, they're cackling idiots. For this, it was out of character for a film. That's why we kept looking at each other, because we weren't laughing. We weren't clapping or laughing. So it felt out of place.
The Book of Grudges for $19.99. Movies can't be serious anymore. Even The Accountant 2 suffers from this. I still like the movie, but found it odd that they tried to make a movie that is largely about human trafficking, a lighthearted movie. Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
Parts were lighthearted, but I like The Accountant too.
Okay.
John Bernthal makes the movie for me.
I'm going to
see all about John Bernthal
tonight. I think Melissa saw it last night with my son.
What'd they think?
I haven't heard. I talked to her this morning too, and she didn't say anything because I didn't ask. I'll find out. But you liked it? Yeah, I'll probably like it.
Yeah.
I like the first one. I don't think it's the greatest movie ever made, but I like it. Greedy Graffiti for $19.99. Crazy theory. What if RDJ being Dr. Doom is just a fake cover story to fool the paparazzi who see him on set? They could then switch something else out, and Dr. Doom in post-production, RDJ will be a multiverse Iron Man, # Iron Man all along. That would take a lot of commitment work, and I wouldn't be against it, because then they could cast a proper person as Dr. Doom. But gimmick-wise, I understand why they're doing this. Legacy-wise, story-wise, this is baffling. It's absolutely baffling. This is like, we just need something in the moment. Fuck 5 years from now. Fuck 10 years from now. Fuck 2 years from now. Because you're establishing the Fantastic Four in another world, and now it's clearly they're going to come over to the MCU world. And so they're going to be, that completely changes the dynamics of the team. Chris Gore, we pitched this before, like they come from another world, but it gets merged. And that's probably what they're going to do. And then you're going to do some timey-wimey bullshit where we always remembered the Fantastic Four. And it's like, I guess, or you could have just introduced them, earlier. I think, I can't remember who said this, but like, and we've said this too, like the minute they got the Fox rights, they should have been producing shit right away. Well,
they could have been like the FF are like a lot of their adventures aren't earthly, They're parts unknown.
Like I think what we pitched was they were in the MCU and they disappeared and they were in the negative zone and they were only there for like a year and they come back and it's decades later or something like that. And you could kind of do it, but it still fundamentally changes the team. It does. And what also fundamentally changes it is female Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that's so
like you introduce her first. Surf her. So it just goes like, if they're not going to respect that, then how in the hell are they going to like honor any of the stories?
Right.
And who in the hell thought that was a good idea when nobody would have cared? Nobody was going to go into the Fantastic Four going, there's too many men. Well, there were, but they're insignificant. They're insignificant. It's whatever's echoing around in your head, some marketing executive or some HR executive or some just stupid fucking producer who wants to justify their existence. And their only input was, there's too many men. We need to make the Silver Surfer girl.
Yeah.
I think it pretty much guarantees your movie doesn't get to $1 billion, but I could be completely wrong. We'll see. Mr. Blue's got. Oh, go on.
Gary, I was going to say, completely off topic. This actually, if you share my screen, it completely solves a mystery that Tren de Aragua is really in the news lately. I think we need to watch this.
Tio Juventino here to clarify, okay? A lot of people are getting confused because the names right here sound the same. The Venezuelan gang is Tren de Aragua, the train from Aragua, okay? Very bad hombres. This vato over here is a Trans de Agua, Filipino floater.
Oh my
okay?
God.
Don't get them mixed up.
All right, this vato, the swimmer, he was last place when he was against the guys. Ahora míralo, Tipit is nice, puro pinche gold medalist. Some people call it equality. All right, so that is your lesson of the day. Tio Juventino, don't forget we are in.
Oh, so there you go. That cleared up a mystery for me.
It did for me too.
Trans de Agua.
The mo you know.
Oh my God.
Mr. Blue Sky for $20 says, "What up, Gary, Chris, and X-Ray Girl? Hope you all are having a good week." Oh, we are. We are. Bummer to hear about the Thunderbolts, but not surprised. Glad to hear you think Andor does get better. Chris, the release yesterday was much better.
When Bail Organa is in it, he's got a major part. And I would argue that Benjamin Bratt is better than Jimmy Smith. But it's so funny that they cast very similar actors in that role, but that's
Benjamin
fine.
Bratt's a good actor, though. He's a good actor.
He's a really good actor, and he nails it. He nails it. It's very good. You'll see.
I didn't like the culmination of the 3 episodes. I didn't.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes from here. But
next set of 3, it gets very good. So
there you go. Well,
Okay.
I mean, it's probably the Gorman Massacre, right?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, it gets into it.
Mark Semenfink for $5 says, "Nerdrotic Gore X-Ray Girl, bold set of tags for a hentai manga." Okay. I mean, our names?
I think that's what he meant.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know much of anything about hentai manga other than what booths I passed by at Anime Matsuri.
Something
you
about
go.
tentacles. That's all I know.
Oh, okay.
But you're Asian. You should know more. You should know more. X-ray girl. Learn your heritage.
Oh my God. No.
Andrew CR for 5,000 CRCs. Frank, when can I expect my Switch 2? I hope it doesn't get mysteriously lost like my signed laptop.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What is this? All this controversy. Oh my God. A new console costs too much money. What the hell is going on with people?
I think they were trying to spin it as a tariff argument. Maybe I don't know.
No, that was
all I
before
know is
they thought of
Nintendo
that.
said stop being poor. Okay. Can you stop being poor from Nintendo?
Stop being poor.
You know what?
You're a
I am
Nintendo fan.
absolutely with all my brothers and sisters out there who are concerned about the price. And I refuse to buy something I was never going to buy anyway.
Yeah, same. I won't buy it out of solidarity.
Out of solidarity. We're there.
Also not buy
power
the
to the
Switch.
people.
Yeah. I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, it's gonna sell like fucking crazy. It looks like to me, as somebody who knows jack shit about Nintendo. Okay. Cole Hauser, rah for 5 Canadian pesos. Hey Gary, Chris, and X-Ray Girl. Matt Walsh is a piece of trash. F him. Revenge of the Sith is a great movie. Praise rah. Oh, did he talk some shit about
he
Revenge of the Sith?
He took his kids to see Revenge of the Sith, and he just complained about how shitty it was, and he was quoting dialogue. I don't go to Matt Walsh for opinions about pop culture, Star Wars, or anime in particular, and he's just trolling people.
So Chris, let's have a half-hour discussion about the tariffs and their effects on the Canadian election. Thank you for joining us for the Nerdrotic Nooner geopolitical talk.
I try to avoid that stuff, but it comes up. I mean, the tariffs actually did come up with China. Like, the U.S. does not make a lot of money at the China box office. Alan did a whole spreadsheet. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Where he showed like all the the U.S. does not make, it's an insignificant single point percentage of the market. Why do we pander to China? F them.
China.
make movies that appeal to Americans. They are popular overseas. They're movies that are American identity-wise are very popular in other places. You know, that's
vagina.
Yeah, vagina.
It rhymes with China.
It does. It does.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god.
All right. What are we doing? Yeah.
Now, what I've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
English lessons with Nerdrotic.
China rhymes with vagina. It does. Especially when Trump says it. Because he does the Aina. That was your geopolitical segment here on the Nerdrotic Nooner. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you feel more informed about the world and the society you live on. May you live in peace.
There you go.
There you go. What are you doing, Chris?
I'm responding to people. Also getting people sending me things they want to talk about on this show. I can't do that. I don't take requests.
Hey.
The answer is no.
Can you play Freebird?
Not.
Eugenio, anime Rican. Oh, like Puerto Rican? Anime Rican, 1976. Olivencia. For $9.99. You have to set an example even in the face of stupidity. And everyone that reads comic books knows that Kirby Silver Surfer is the only true Silver Surfer, Denzel from Crimson Tide. And what was the context of the argument? It was Mobius Silver Surfer. Ladies and gentlemen, they were discussing the difference between the Mobius Silver Surfer special that Stan Lee wrote compared to the original Kirby Silver Surfer. I actually like both of those stories. I do. Kirby Silver Surfer is like, you want to talk about quintessential Silver Surfer, It's Kirby. But there's other very good ones too.
Yeah, you got to use that clip in a video.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Great movie. Great movie.
Yeah.
Enoch Maman reviews and rants for $2. Deadwood is fucking awesome, by the way. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I almost was like, maybe I'm looking for something to rewatch. Here come the Stargate people. Just lightly while I do projects while it's on in the background. Not something I need to kind of pay attention to. And like, maybe it will be Deadwood. I don't know.
Getting coffee. I'll be right back.
Go get coffee, buddy. It's all good. Wild Owl on the Streamlabs side for $10 says, here is a coffee for you. I'm from Germany, the capital of aggressive Karenism. So I don't even know if a coffee in Texas is below $10. Is it?
Yes.
It is. Oh, we got our problems here. There's some fucking stupid fucking meme fucking bill passed with no opposition from our rhino shitheads. I got to go look at the context of it, but goddamn, fucking retarded. But there's some retarded shit here. It's just not as retarded as California. Considering what I was able to do yesterday pretty freely. I went shopping. With Comics Division. And Comics Division bought a bunch of ammo and magazines and stuff. And I watched him do it. Just walking around amongst the ammo. That was fun. Spiderfinger for $1.99. Thunderbolts. Brought to you by BetterHelp. Oh, that is okay. Note that, X-Ray Girl. I need to put a BetterHelp ad read in my fucking Thunderbolts review. I gotta find a good one. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Declan Lyons for €10. Superman gets his revenge on the monkeys when he discovers old tweets of Lex Luthor making PDF jokes about his own daughter. Wow, you think they'd leave that one in? Marksman 117 on the Streamlabs side for $5. To quote the best villain speech, there are blacks on this planet here in New Jersey, and they are coming to destroy us. Buckaroo Banzai is peak 80s film and subtle yet clever Cold War commentary. Recently saw it and loved it. I want more like it. Buckaroo Banzai is such an 80s movie, dude. Such an 80s movie. Enrico Palazzo for $4.99. Gary, in your alone time, don't forget that you have 24 episodes of Have Gun Will Travel written by Gene Roddenberry to watch. I do. And thank you. Also, I have Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. I have a bunch of Shazam, Captain America, and some Shadow, like serials and stuff, like good stuff. Can't wait to watch it all. Oh, I have plenty of time. I don't even I'm kind of free tonight. I'll probably prep a little bit for my video, but I got to watch the movie first. I really don't know. I mean, I know what Chris has said about it, and I know that's Chris's opinion. I got to watch it myself and see what happens. Albert Not a Retro for 10 Canadian pesos says, if you want to know what an incel actually is, watch the Incredible Hulk episode, The Confession. It's not just somebody who can't get laid. Anybody with $150 in their pockets can do that. You can't, well, I mean, it's a broad term. It's the same term when they call it's calling a nerd a virgin. They might think they're making that insult. I mean, they being the people who constantly make it unironically, to a specific sect of people, but it's not a precision shot. It's a scatter shot. And what you're actually calling them is basement dwelling nerds and virgins, what we've heard, we nerds have heard for a long time. The actual irony is it's coming from people who probably don't get laid very much.
At the risk of derailing the show, which is kind of, I guess, my function at this point, derailing the show. From the official Star Wars YouTube channel, 1 hour of Mon Mothma dancing. Here we go.
Thank God.
Video, really?
It's techno music. Here we go, folks.
Oh my God, she's letting go because her best friend is gonna die, and she's okay with it, so she's gonna dance because that's what women do.
Dance
when they turn on their best friend and have
this
them
goes for an hour.
Killed.
I cannot believe this. Oh my God! Let's just keep it playing.
I just sent my best friend to get killed. I need to dance.
Yeah, this is what. It's just weird. There's sort of a sort of female energy to season 2 that is, I think, a little too much for me. Like that dressing down the guy that got the girl's girlfriend killed. That is very, I don't know. I didn't expect to see that in Star Wars. It just felt really out of place.
All the super clever people are the girls, except and even Bix is pretty clever. At least Andor gets given an assignment to do in his own show in the second block of episodes.
Yeah.
And he starts doing some actual spy shit, but it just takes so fucking long. It's there's a scene. Some people might think it's important. It's another case of they could have gotten all this shit done in, I'll be fair, Chris, 2 episodes. Not 3.
Yeah.
There's still a bunch of fucking padding, dude. So much padding.
It's drawn out for sure.
There's a scene. They go back to a scene where Bix and Andor are eating dinner. And it's fuck. We saw him cook. We don't need to see him eat dinner. Okay. Come on.
Doing normal things in Star Wars. It's exciting.
Let's look at, man. It's I'm fine with that once in a while, but long walks up hallways, long rides up elevators. It's one of my main criticisms of Blade Runner 2049, which is just a lot of long walks to doors stuff. You know how I feel about doors. Okay. Really difficult. This Superman plot point is so lame. I was on the fence about watching it, but now I'm not. I'll stick to the comics. Vanessa, that's always a better idea. Stick to the comics prior to 2000. Oh, I know what a good cutoff date is. 10. Evil
Dead, I think.
Yeah, Evil Dead. Okay, yeah, I get it for $10. Says Gary. Did you get the new Full Metal Jacket 4K Steelbook? It's freaking glorious. Hail Stanley Kubrick, greatest of all time. I did. I'm pretty much jumping on, like, these 4Ks we're getting are going to be the last physical media we get. We're not going to get 8K discs even, like, that's not happening. This is it. Disaster Area for $9.99. Bet Man of Steel will be appreciated more after Gun Superman, LOL. It is a great film, just needed a couple of rewrites. Can Gun match moments like the Coster, "You Are My Son," Zod entrance, action, etc.? There's some good stuff in Man of Steel, and there's some cringe too. There is. But all I'll say is it better outgross it. It better fucking outgross it. If you're feeling this confident, you best outgross it, son. And maybe you will. Maybe we'll get that good Superman movie we all want. Light of the Even Star for $5 says Tom Welling deserved a movie after Smallville. Hail the Fellowship. Oh, if he would have fucking put on the costume, maybe he would have got one. But I like the show. Stealth for $2. X-Ray Girl, what's your favorite hair color dye?
Like for myself, I like this one a lot. I'm ready to go back to black though.
That's a song.
Back to black?
Yes.
Is it like a sex thing?
No.
Oh. Okay.
It's actually quite the opposite.
Oh. My bad.
Amy Winehouse. You got it right, Chad. Great album. That album is great. I saw her at Coachella 2007. Yes, I used to go to Coachella because it used to be fun.
I went to one Coachella. I saw the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
I was at that one. Yeah.
I was there, dude. I was there. I saw The Cure.
Yep, that was that.
They were there that year.
I was at pretty much the first 10 before, right before and right around when they shut down the parking lot to tailgating, which took all the fucking fun out of it, like all of it. Because we used to get there early, sit out there for hours and make carne asada on our little hibachi and hang out with Melissa's 15,000 girl cousins who are all like Olympic athletes. And then we'd all go in and have fun and watch bands like Iggy and the Stooges and and the White Stripes. So White Stripes come out and they were great. And then Red Hot Chili Peppers came out. They sucked. And then everybody got blown away by at the time 65-year-old or 60-year-old Iggy Pop. And Iggy and the original Stooges played, and that was fucking great. But there was like very few celebrities there, and it wasn't as bad and commercial and horrible. And I don't even recognize half the lineup now, but yeah. So Coachella. That went on a Coachella rant there. But yeah, I saw Amy Winehouse there, and she looked unhealthy at the time. And that was about 5 or 6 years before she died, but she looked kind of anorexic, but man, her performance was great. So I got to see her on a little side stage. So I was like me and Melissa were right there on the bar, like looking at her on the stage, and she killed it. Snacks for $10. Irony. Thunderbolts is about mental health. Pedro poses next to the asterisk with a Protect the Dolls shirt, and Florence insists on jumping off a building. I see what you did there. I can't say I saw everything. I caught 41 to 43% of that joke. Here all week. Albert Not a Retro for 5 Canadian pesos. Those jokes won't age well when Guns movie tanks. Yeah, like inserting a hashtag super shit, Chris. If you like, you better know your fucking movie's good, because if it's not, then it will get hit with super shit all fucking day long.
I did it on purpose, obviously.
Yes.
It's all like, well, he's deflecting criticism of the movie before it's come out, or in the movie. He's criticizing the movie in the movie.
Yeah, it's making it meta when it should
I don't
not.
want it
Yeah.
to be meta. I don't want it to be meta.
No, that's the thing, is we don't want an
standalone
ironic meta superhero movie. We've had the whimsical, irreverent superhero movie forever since James Gunn. People have been doing a James Gunn impression since Guardians of the Galaxy with the MCU dialogue, particularly like at the worst case, probably with Thor: Love and Thunder. But and it goes back to like everybody in comic books lately has been trying to do a very bad impression of Joss Whedon from 20 years ago. And it's like it's run its course. We need a story that's earnest. And that's why they're like really pushing this mental health, which is part of the Sentry character, but it sounds like they're going to do it in a really superficial way, and that's what Chris said. So. Yeah. Logan Miller for $10 says Z's are cool. They are. I mean, they're a cool letter. Like X and Z are cool letters.
The Avengers.
I mean, just ask Elon Musk. A viewpoint for 10 R's says, hi guys and gal. Gary, I sent you an email with a link to a Brazilian meme on Superman being beaten down by Superior. And the voiceover says, where is Henry Cavill? LOL. Oh, well, I'll have to check it out. Darren Murphy for $4.99. Gary, have you seen the Limehouse Golem? He's been would have been Alan Rickman's last film. He had to bow out because of health. Bill Nye took over. Quite good. No, I haven't seen it. I'll check it out. R.I.P. Alan Rickman. A Clank Clank, I'm a Tank for $10. Last Jedi would have hit hard if instead of Mary Poppins, Leia, she died. If she died, basically, that's what he's saying. That swaying Luke to then sacrifice himself because his twin just died would have made more sense. It would have. Maybe.
I don't like the way any of the legacy characters died. It sucked. I don't like it. So there you go.
And bringing Carrie Fisher back to the Disney trilogy, and then she was on book tours and she was running around, and she feel like she was probably falling behind, and she probably still had. Well, she definitely, like the way she was talking. The way she if you see Carrie Fisher speaking 20 years ago, because she had spells of clean sobriety, and then you hear her speech towards the end. It's either like maybe a post-mini stroke, or it is from too much substance abuse. Like one of the two things can cause your speech to do that. I've heard it a lot. So, and of course, substance abuse led to her unfortunate death, and maybe it's because she was feeling wrapped up in the whole craziness of it all. But look what Hollywood does to people, dude. Look what it does to people, man. All for fun and games, supposedly. Who's everyone's favorite Superman villain? I've always been partial to Lobo and Parasite. Favorite Superman villain outside of Lex. I did like Parasite a lot. Parasite's in a Superman Spider-Man crossover, the second one they're in. So that's why I was always partial to Parasite when I was a kid. I think Brainiac is fucking overused. Brainiac is overused. You know what else is timeless? Truth, justice, and the American way, says Snex for $5. Albert Not a Retro for Yeah, it is. And Peter Safran, the producer, like was quoted as saying that. Like that will be in the movie. Was that in the movie? That's a question, Chris. That maybe you can ask.
Oh.
Is Truth, Justice, and the American Way in the movie?
Yeah, I'll ask that right now.
Who would win, Hannibal Lecter or Joker? Oh. That's not as easy as you would think, Jimmy Hoops. Both equally as smart. Both are vicious. I don't know. What do you think, Chad? I think they take each other out. I have a lot of respect for the Joker, but Lecter. Everybody's all Lecter. Lecter is smarter. Joker has henchmen. He does, but Lecter would account for that. Some say Joker easy. Do a poll. I think we should let the people decide. I honestly think that's a tougher decision. I mean, I just want to pick the Joker because I'm a comic book fan, but I can't do that. I got to call balls and strikes here. I'm gonna I'm gonna just pass on the decision to you guys. Didn't Gunn support canceling Gina Carano? I'm not gonna say support. What I remember from the quote is, he wasn't against her canceling. We'll put it that way. I think it was a long time ago, so I might be getting this wrong. But it was something to the effect of, you get what you get. Yeah, he had no sympathy for her whatsoever because he was firmly playing for his team so he can get his job back. Dean's Half-Baked Productions for $10. Donner, Twilight Zone Connection, made my day. Yes. Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. Fantastic episode. And then redone in Twilight Zone the movie and directed by George Miller from Mad Max. And it's the best segment in that movie. I actually like that movie quite a bit. It was heavily criticized when it came out for a lot of reasons because somebody, two children and Vic Morrow died.
Yeah.
But I like the movie. Love the soundtrack.
I thought it was goofier than Twilight Zone, which was more serious.
It was very 80s. Yeah.
It's very 80s. But knowing Vic Morrow died and they still finished it.
They still finished it, man.
There's something about that movie that's tainted. It's tainted.
But George Miller's segment at the end with John Lithgow is fucking great. It is great. Yeah. It's just as the episode, that was the first, but man, it was great. Loved it.
Speaking of movie death, I think Rust opens this weekend.
Oh, yes. Shit. Talking about taste. Speaking of tasteless.
No, I'm just telling you.
No. I totally agree.
It's in one theater.
It's in one theater. Where?
It's in Encino, not even close to me. At a Lemley in Encino, one showing tomorrow at 7. That's
wow.
Is that the only place in the country, or is that the only place like locally for you?
Locally, I could do a greater search, but yeah, it's at the Lemley in Encino, California, Santa Monica, Riverside. It's only at Lemley, not at AMC. Weird.
All right, here we go.
Can't find it. It's supposed to be playing at AMC. I have a reminder set.
Okay.
It says opens May 2nd.
May 2nd. Yep.
Well, there you are then. There you are.
Nope. Nothing near me, but yeah, is everybody gonna just run around and see Rust?
I mean,
Did we
Someone
get hit?
will review it.
X-Ray Girl?
No, chat's complaining about the dancing.
Okay.
No.
I forgot it was there.
Wait,
I forgot
you know
it
what,
was there.
though?
I'm sorry, chat.
It's because the sound's not on. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. We could have put on the sound.
Wait, I went to a rave this weekend.
You did?
What?
I went to on a Saturday was 4/26, April 26th, considered Alien Day. And I went to an alien themed rave that had a whole thing of like alien pod eggs, an alien that would fall down on people, an alien DJ. I'm really not active on. I really hate posting photos of myself.
Do you think Alien Earth is going to be good?
No.
It's Noah
I don't.
Hawley. It's Noah Hawley. He's not terrible.
The story is, I mean, like, if aliens came on Earth, that would be the end of Earth.
Yeah.
How do they contain it? A nuke? That would be it.
We'll see.
By the way, truth, justice, and the American way is not said in Superman.
Oh.
So
is there a variation?
I'll ask, but look for Yellow Flash's video on the sentence I just said. Just now.
Hi, Yellow Flash.
Yep. Maybe Josiah Rises too. And I could hear myself, by the way.
Yeah.
Gary, take Mon Mothma dance and dub it with "The world is burning, let's masturbate." That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
The world is
You
burning.
got an hour.
Let's masturbate.
Do it. By the way, Yellow Flash, bought your book. Thank you so much. I always look for variants. Like when I buy the books on Ripa Send, I always look for one that has a hot chick. I'm sorry. That's what that's the variant I want. I don't think there was
my friend don't apologize for anything.
I'm not good, but I love it. Golden Patriot, buy Yellow Flash's book. There's a plug for that. Why is he not on FNT to promote it? What's going on?
He was on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could bring him on for a segment to promote
I think the campaign goes for a while. So.
Yeah, we'll get him on. Yeah. We'll get him on. Behind the Veil on the Streamlabs side for $5 says, how did a comment from Denzel Washington's movie Crimson Tide about the Silver Surfer make so much sense now? Love the show, guys. Hey, timeless movies.
Exactly.
Timeless movies.
They don't make timeless movies. They make movies that feel dated in a year. They feel dated upon release. A lot of this modern bullshit.
Yep. Well, you mentioned that Jeremy Johns mentioned it in his Sinners review, that he said we're just getting 3 variations of the same thing over and over again, which is racism or identity politics, intersectionalism, and TDS. I mean, that's pretty much
everything.
The wheel of 3 that goes round and round. Florence Pugh belongs in films like Little Women, not Marvel's movies. Keep her in her natural habitat. Okay. She's not a bad actress. I think she's better with her like natural British accent than anything else. Got nothing against her. She was good in Oppenheimer. Nobody wants to see her as, didn't Rachel Leishman lash out? It's in the research, X-Ray Girl. I think Lady Greymaster put it in there. She's like, deal with it. She's the lead of the movie, which is about a month, 2 months, exactly almost to the day, 2 months away from her. Deal with it. Captain America is Sam Wilson now.
It's actually Get Over Yourself.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Totally different. Totally different. Get over yourself. If you're mad about, wait. Shit. Hang on. Why isn't it doing it? That's weird.
Are you trying to do a voice?
Yeah, it's not doing my voices.
Oh, sorry. Wrong one.
That works. Why is it not doing my voices? Is it only connected to... Hang on. Fuck it. I'm not going to do it. If you're mad about Florence Pugh leading the Thunderbolts, get over yourself. Oh my God. Where's my fridge? Scroll down a little bit. I need a Hot Pocket. Reviews dropped for Thunderbolts today, and the one thing is clear. We all love feeling like Marvel is back. Well, most of us do. There are some select fans on social media angry that checks notes, women exist in Marvel. They actually don't. That's part of the problem. A full-fledged woman does not exist. We have females doing male impressions badly. I happened to look at the replies of my social reaction to the film, and someone who cosplays as someone who cosplays as Yelena Belova, really fat, and loves the character very much. I was beyond happy to see her shine in Thunderbolts. While Florence Pugh is the star of the movie, it is the film about a team of antiheroes that are now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe make up the Thunderbolts, which, for the most part, is 2 women and 4 men.
By the way, for Yellow Flash's video, truth, justice, and the American way is not even referenced in the film. To confirm that.
It is not even referenced. All right, we can take away. She's basically saying deal with it, Florence. She's talking about the backlash that this should be Bucky's movie. It should be Bucky's movie. And putting him in the fucking backseat is dumb. It's dumb.
He overshadows in every scene. He has gravitas. And one of the worst parts of Thunderbolts is fucking Elaine from Seinfeld channeling Selena Gomez, her character
Veep. Yeah.
Which I like the show Veep. It's a comedy. I'm pretty sure that's how real life politics is, a shit show. And she has no gravitas. She's shorter or as short as Yelena. And when she speaks, it's a shrill. I'm reminded of we know when they do the montage of like Elizabeth Warren and all these women like cackling. She could be in a cackle montage, a cackle collage,
sounds like
a cackle
bunch
collage
of chickens.
with Selena Gomez. Her character has no gravitas. Sam Jackson, whatever you think, as Nick Fury, has gravitas. There are characters you cast because what they say is chilling. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Alec Guinness as that character, when he talks about what the Force is, made you believe in the Force. Nothing Elaine from Seinfeld says in Thunderbolts has any weight. She's annoying. She's a side character that should get killed off, not a main villain. It's dumb. That's one of the many things that are weak about this film.
Mm-hmm.
Many things. There you go.
Amanda Waller has gravitas.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
She does.
She does have gravitas.
Release the haircut. John O for $5. Thunderbolts just sound like a poorly done version of Legion with as bad an ending. Oh God. Okay. So speaking of Nola Hawley, the Legion TV show. I don't know if you saw it, Chris.
No.
Really good first season. Pretty good second season, and then it goes off the fucking rails. Off the rails. And it's like it hit the TDS point of Hollywood. It came out like right before it or around it, or was being made before that line of TDS that Hollywood hit, and then there was post TDS Legion. Yes, and that dealt with mental health. It did.
Mental health.
Troop Captain, $2 says the Avengers putting people to sleep for days. There you go. So curious as to why my voice thing isn't working now, but I think it's because I'm on a different channel. L for $4.99. You guys should make a video about how did Marvel make great movies in the beginning, but now they can't even make one. What happened?
No, I was thinking that, like, as we were walking out, going to our cars after the movie, I'm like, there's nowhere to. Marvel's done. It's like it's sad. I was looking forward to Thunderbolts. I heard things. You know who I'm talking about?
Yep.
Gary, that it was fun. It's basic. Can Marvel do low budget? I'm sure they could. And wow, it was like, wow, it really it means FF is not going to be great.
No.
It's like, yeah, I'm really down on it.
So yeah, I won't count out that I'll do a comprehensive video about that someday, but I kind of have in almost my entire body of work for Marvel. There's a whole Marvel playlist. And I also have put together 2 compilations of basically Marvel Phase 4, right? So all the TV shows, all the movies, it's called Marvel's Rise and Fall of the MCU. And there's the films as part 1 and the Disney Plus disasters as part 2. And it's basically it's not my news videos. It is all my reviews. And in those reviews, I break down multiple times, like where this failure comes from. Go watch the first part of the Rise and Fall of the MCU part 1. And it breaks down that this stems from Wonder Woman, believe it or not. It stems from Wonder Woman. It stems from media criticism being levied at Kevin Feige that there's not enough female characters and they're not getting their due. And this is especially off of the big argument with Ike Perlmutter, and they threw him under the bus saying he didn't want a Black Panther movie, even though he did try to develop one at one time, and that he said Captain Marvel won't sell any toys, where he wasn't completely wrong about. And then Captain Marvel made $1 billion, and now, fuck you, Ike Perlmutter, we got you. Let's go with the MCU. But I'm not doing it justice. Kevin Feige specifically stated that we are going to have more female characters than male characters in the MCU going forward. And that's exactly what they did. So one of my videos, I actually break down the count, which is now out of date because it's been a couple years. And it was basically 3 female characters to 1 male character they were introducing. It was 3 to 1.
I just think after seeing the Thunderbolts, it's like the stone is set. The problem is it's almost like George Lucas after episode 1, everything he did with episode 2 and 3 of the prequels was a reaction to all the negativity to episode 1. Whereas he made episode 1 in a vacuum. You can't make these Marvel movies in a vacuum. Things are a reaction. Look at She-Hulk, the way it ended. The finale of She-Hulk was the reaction. It was a pre-reaction how they thought people would react.
Yep.
And it's dumb. Sorry.
No, it's all good. No, it is exactly what DC had done. That's why DC is in the trouble it's in, because all it did was react, and make the worst fucking decisions. Marvel for a long time did not have that problem. But when they started to, then they started to react instead of like fix. Okay. There's reacting to a problem and putting some scotch tape on it or making it worse. And then there's, okay, stop everything. We need to fix it.
Yeah.
But yes, we've made a couple very long videos. I think both of them, like total about 5 or 6 hours. DJ for $2. Do better, Senator. I guess. Yeah, that's gonna look good after this. Leo Kaiser for £2 British. Do they even call him U.S. agent in the movie? Do they call him U.S. agent in the movie, Chris?
It comes up.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Or they call him, is it Dollar Store Captain America?
Dollar Store Captain America. Yeah, probably that too.
Yeah.
Disaster Area for $4.99. That's a band in Hitchhiker, by the way. Disney finally cracked Star Wars, adding grape. Maybe they'll remake Irreversible. They'll make Irreversible set in in the Star Award universes next. They should. Well, now that they've established that. I forgot to mention that. You know who's doing the 4K transfer for Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Who?
Disney.
Oh, that's not good. It's not good. That's right. It's a Fox movie.
Yeah. It's fucking Disney
weird.
now. That's like disgusting.
That's weird.
Aodite won for $2. Professional criers exist. Laughters must too. Oh, so there's professional criers. Why wouldn't there be professional laughers? Super Gun, starring James Gunn as James Gunn. Fourth drawer down for $1.99. Coming out on James Gunn Day, on James Gunn the 11th, James Gunn 25. Casperius for $5 says, we will get an action figure of the grapest. Yeah, we're going to get the rape scene action playset. I'm surprised somebody didn't like AI, like imperial
like
rapist.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, I made the joke on Drinker. I was like, what's the word for rape in Star Wars universe? Post your suggestions. I think Schlurpo was the
one.
And Snarky J, to her credit, said, I don't want a word that's which was fine. I appreciate it. We had a whole behind the scenes conversation about how the Drinkers chat hates us both for talking too much. So I don't know. Drinkers audience is very different than this audience. I think the Drinkers audience is they're a randy group.
Randy.
I'll just say that. They're very randy.
Randy. They're all named Randy.
Right. And so I'm gonna troll them with my crazy takes on shit. So fuck them. I'll have fun. I'll just have fun. Which is why I'm saying the Nooner chat. Love you guys. You're the best. Our chat at Film Threat is great. Drinker.
We love Drinker. We love Drinker.
I love Drinker. Drinker's audience can be Randy.
They're Randy. Yeah,
they're Randy.
That's the internet, baby.
Group of peeps. So there you go.
Just as you are, internet. Just as you are. Casperius for $5. Will we get an action figure of the grapist in Andor, and what sort of description on the packaging will it have? Well, it'll be Imperial Rapist with raping action.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going to hell.
Oh yeah, it's too late for me. Father Christopher Miller out there has tried, but it's just like, listen, bro. My path wasn't even paved with good intentions. Sorry. Chris B for $5. Regarding male versus female writers, remember that brilliant line in As Good as It Gets? I think of a man and I take away reason and accountability.
It's a great line. But no, I think but it's also, if I wanted to get canceled again, I would tweet that out and start a conversation, but it's absolutely true. I see so many movies by young female filmmakers. They all hate men openly, and their whole plots around their storytelling about how men are bad. It's, while it may be true in some cases, it's boring. It's boring and typical, and they can't break out of a box. I asked on Versus, a whole conversation, like, which I even feel stupid saying this, as a black filmmaker, how do you make a movie that doesn't address racism? Can you do that? Can you make a movie with no white people in it, where white people aren't even acknowledged, where you can just tell a story of characters who happen to be black, where it's not, it's almost like you're forced to comment on certain things where you don't have to. Like, you should be unburdened by what has been in your storytelling so that you're not in a box. That's why all this, people react to the woke shit, because it's so predictable and kind of dull, and then what's going to happen, so I don't know. I'm asking the question out loud that maybe some people might be brave enough to confront. And I had Epic Mike was on that episode of Versus. We had a whole conversation. It's great. So there you go.
No,
I'm here to derail, Gary.
No, you're just
here to derail.
Say what you're going to say, man. You're free to say it.
Cool.
Good luck next time on Open Bar.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm going in guns blazing next time when Drinker asks me.
All right. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, only if Snarky
I'll be
J
here to
is
catch you, bro.
Only if Snarky J is there, I'll go on.
Ghost Army. We love all the Randys and everybody who's not named Randy.
Yeah.
Drinkers chat. We love you. Ghost Army for $5 says it says Chavez, not Chavez. CH as in chair. I know it sucks. I know she sucks, but it's annoying the way you pronounce her name. Love you guys. All right, so we have been mispronouncing America Chavez. It's supposed to be Chavez, not Chavez or Chavez. America Chavez.
It's hard to change the programming.
Okay, so just so you know, I've been a little brother all my life. And what little brothers do is live to being annoying. Okay, just let you know. Let you know. How would I say this name? Lao7Y? Lao7Y?
Lousy, I think. I don't know.
Is that supposed to be a letter?
Lousy? Lousy? I don't know.
Lousy or Lowly? Is it an upside down L or is it a Z? Or is it just a 7? I don't know.
I'm sorry.
But they were awesome. And they have gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250. I am a retard. Thumbs up 1981 for $199 says Marvel, why are they rushing to get to the shit? I have no answer for that. Just blatant incompetence. But look at Kevin Feige is technically in charge of Marvel Comics, the publishing. He doesn't make any decisions. I'm sure day to day, but they have to report to him. He's the boss of all of Marvel. And look at the comics now. So why are they passing by decades of comic books that have sold in the millions to rush to canceled comic books that sold in the thousands? Rights issues, incompetence. They don't know one from the other. I think all of that could explain it equally. Did you like The Accountant 2? I thought it was decent. I haven't seen it, Matthew Hammond. I have to ask my wife what she thought. Chris, you liked Accountant 2? Yes, he did. Jim Eagle for $5. Gunn is Paul Feig, Ghostbusters 2016 all over again. God, he better not be. He better not be. Shlomi Leaner for $4.99. What are your thoughts of Silver Surfer Enslaver? I think it's a great ending for Norrin Rad's arc, and if you haven't read it, definitely recommend it. Enslaver. I don't think Norrin Rad should have an end of his arc. That's my thoughts. Lathan Andrews for $4.99. Way off topic, but please go see The Ugly Stepsister. It's a really good body horror film that needs more attention. Best horror I've seen this year. Chris, did you finally see The Ugly Stepsister? You showed the trailer.
I saw it. I reviewed it on my channel.
Okay.
And I keep recommending it to people. It's really good. Good.
All right.
90
Where
minutes.
do I see it?
It's streaming now. I think it's on Shudder.
It's on Shudder? Let me look.
It's on Shudder. You can see it.
Ugly.
It's really good. I sent the trailer to Mrs. Nerdrotic. I said you should check this out.
Yeah, I'm gonna I think I'll watch this the next couple days. There you go.
Yeah.
There it worked.
Yeah. There you go.
That word of mouth stuff. Andrew Loden for $4.99. Sound design rhymes in Drinker's crazy accent like he's saying sign design. Also, now rhymes with tie. Scotland is a mess. Poor Scotland. Well, at least they got Drinker. He should be there. What do they have? Prime ministers there? Is that what you do over there in Scotland?
Yeah.
Well, you're part of the
Prime
UK.
Minister.
You could have been free and you decided not to be. Which probably pissed off every single one of your ancestors.
Well, that's on you.
That's on you. Bear, the Streamlabs side for $5 says Gorman is just space Bavaria where they speak German with French accents. Yeah, it was kind of a mix-up, but I could not stop thinking about fucking Top Secret. So we did the comedy arc with Mahler and the EFAP gang, and Az was there, and you should be seeing them someday. That was some of the best streaming I've been a part of. It is so, and we're just fucking cackling and laughing the whole time. But like when the bearded French resistant guy is on Gorman, Chris, and I go right to that is Deja Vu from Top Secret. And this is Deja Vu. Haven't we met somewhere before? R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Troop Captain for $5 says about what Nintendo is doing. They're charging premium prices for their identical games and lackluster console for no other reason than corporate greed. Yes, I fully believe that. And they're also creating a false scarcity, which they have done in the past.
Yeah.
And they're not the only ones who have done that, but it actually is a worthy say. Okay. Exclusivity, scarcity, FOMO drove so many good things. Everybody talking about Game of Thrones, the people fear missing out on Sunday, drove them to go watch that Sunday. They made the audience bigger. When Facebook started out, go watch The Social Network. I think it's a pretty good movie about learning like what goes on in corporate America. And but what was their hook? What was Facebook's hook? Exclusivity. Not everybody could sign up, which was always going to be bullshit, right? But it started out with college kids, and they were going to like create this false exclusivity. FOMO drives so much stuff, and we've lost that now. We've lost that now, but not with Nintendo. Nintendo's still old school. They're going to go, we don't have enough 4-year-old Chinese girls to chain to a table in Wuhan to make enough of these Switch 2s. We're going to literally run out, and you'll never, ever get one as long as you live. And it works.
Right.
Secretly, there's 4-year-old girls chained to a table, making a penny a day, making your Switch 2. Aurora Uplinks for $5. Mon Mothma from the EU would have been planning on how to save her friends and how to maximize a way to get them out. Not just abandoning them to die. I love the Luthen character, legit like that character. Like every single fucking scene he's in. I haven't not liked it.
It gets good. His character, it gets good. That's all I'll say. There's with Luthen.
It's been good. It's been good.
It's been good. They do a whole episode on his background.
Oh, good. Thumbs up 1981 for $199. Marvel, a good cutoff is 2010 before Fear itself. Yeah, that's probably a good cutoff. Yeah. TJ Crink for $2. Please change the screen. Here is $2 to make it stop. Is that the Mon Mothma stuff? Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Aurora Uplinks for $5. I think the major problem is film heroes give us aspirations to do better. Without them holding a moral line, we lose our moral line as a society. Well, we're losing it. We are. Can't protect your kids. What can you do? By the way, Chris, did you see Angry Cops
I
talk
watched
on Unsubscribed podcast? So go to their video and watch
What is it?
Angry Cops, Hale brother, fucking hero, is a cop. He hangs out with the Unsubscribed guys. Exposed something, one thing he was investigating and one thing he knows about, and I can't say much more. More is going to be revealed, and you're not going to like it. I'll just say that. The Buffalo School District has been purposefully hiding abuse of kids in the school. Wow. And it's a range. It is physical, and there's one story he tells of a boy and a girl who were nabbed, who were abducted, and they didn't tell the parents.
What?
They
I
covered
believe
it up.
attempted
abduction because there was a doorway from some science museum lab or something like that into the school, and somebody walked through, and took the boy had peed his pants. The parents came back and said, "Why did my boy pee the pants?" They're like, "I don't know." So, and what I brought up is, this shit's been going on for decades. and
they just hide it.
they just hide it. So like, use common sense. Catholic Church got caught. Boy Scouts got caught. Where is the place on any day in America the most children congregate? A public school. You never hear shit from that.
And then you
Fucking
can't even
weird.
fire the bad apples, so to
No,
speak.
because they are protected. I'm not going to even say equal parts. They're protected by the administrations, the local administrations, who are just covering their ass to keep a job, very cushy job, and teachers' unions. The teachers' unions.
Speaking of Apple, I gotta eat, man. If you want to keep going, I'll get some my food. I'll just eat on stream.
Yeah, eat on stream. We got a few more to go, but go get your food.
Right.
Go get your
I'll
food.
be
And I'll read
right
some.
back. I'll be
So
right
yeah,
back.
definitely, Chris, if you can still hear me, go check out that video, dude. And if you're out there, go support. Eli made a video on it, and he specifically said, "Hey, it's going to remain monetized, so it gets the most reach. But we are donating every penny of this video's money to a charity that will help these kids." All right. And Eli from Unsubscribed Podcast, along with Donut and the Fat Electrician and Brendan Herrera, are fucking solid dudes. Homeboys too, but solid dudes. And Angry Cops is gonna deal with a lot of shit bringing this up.
Oh yeah,
a lot of shit bringing this up. So he needs our support. You know, whether it be sharing it or just going, "We got your back, bro." I mean, it shouldn't be going. You shouldn't, like, going out on a limb to protect children. Shouldn't be going out on a fucking limb. And that's why I say, you know, we're in a lot of trouble, because if we're a society who cannot protect our children and has no desire to protect our children, the people who are put in charge to protect our children don't. They clearly didn't do that for COVID. And by the way, they have been covering up for playground enthusiasts since school administrations and school unions, schools teachers unions were invented, and before that. And they know it. They fucking know it. And of course, the mainstream media is not going to bring it up. Oh, hell no. Hell no, because that would threaten the teachers union, one of the most powerful donors to a specific party in this country. Joshua D for $1.99. Please stop dancing. It is war. It is a war crime. Mr. Blue Sky for $5. Wow, I totally would have gone to an alien rave. That is dope. You know what? I was never in the raves. Raves were big when I got out. They were starting right before I went into prison, and they got really big when I got out. But like, it was all about drugs, and that was so I never went to raves.
Yeah, and it goes on too late. They need like an early shift.
Raves go past my bedtime.
You know, I go to bed super early.
I'll drop E. It's fine, but I just still have to be in bed by 9.
Oh no, I don't do any of the drugs. They know not to ask me.
Wow, I totally would have gone to an alien rave. That sounds dope. Also, is it an epic failure for No Truth, Justice, in the American Way? It is an epic failure. Yeah, like that not being there is an epic failure. So that turned out to be a big fat no. So breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Truth, Justice, in the American Way will not be uttered in Superman. Adrian for $5. Do you see the trailer for Weapons? Looks creepy and intriguing. Your thoughts? Keep up the great show, guys. Weapons. Why do I want to say I did?
The trailer released, I think, yesterday or the day before.
Yes, I did see the trailer. I did see this trailer where they take all the kids, or the kids are leaving. Ooh, yeah, that looks pretty creepy. Creepy kids. That's good. Yeah. Are y'all excited for a sing-along block party edition of Minecraft movie that drops Friday? Get your live chickens ready, LOL. That's smart. That's actually really fucking smart. The theaters are doing that. Greedy Graffiti. I will not be attending because I did not like the movie at all. But Rocky Horror, that shit. Make money. Albert Not a Retro for 5 Canadian pesos. David Caruso from CSI Miami should play Commissioner Gordon in Gunn's DCEU version of Batman. He's a little old. No, he's going to be older too. That wouldn't be bad. Doesn't David Caruso like piss off everybody he works with though? I don't know. Will he take off his sunglasses? I just want the dramatic sunglasses coming off. Kaloth for $2. How are you talking Diamond's bankruptcy disaster suit? How am I not talking about it? I talked about it yesterday. So what happened was Alliance was a Diamond Comics distributor, because I have to explain, because most people don't know what it is, because it involves comic books, a dying American superhero comic books, a dying medium in this country. So Diamond Comics Distributors used to be the sole distributor of comic books because nobody wanted to be competition. It eventually lost Marvel and DC, so the Marvel and DC are now distributed separately. Diamond does everything else. So Diamond it signed its fate already. Diamond is now in massive bankruptcy. Now, part of the reason Diamond is in bankruptcy, and this is to their credit, they were a bank to comic stores. They basically, their bill, they wouldn't require people, they would still send comics when people were behind on their bill. And I don't necessarily have a problem with that. But when Diamond was going through COVID, Jeppy came on and said, hey, we're solvent, on an interview with Brian Hibbs, the guy who bought my store. And it turns out, he said, we're solvent by getting more credit. And that's what I'm like, oh, they're done. And I'd always heard problems at Diamond, even when I was there. And it always concerned me. And I brought this up at retail meetings and was laughed at because I was just some young fucking idiot, which I was, but I thought it was a good question. Is like, I don't see a lot of competition in our industry, and I see a lot of gimmicks, and I don't see a lot of longevity. I don't see anything trying to improve longevity, trying to get kids in the comic stores, trying to open more comic stores, maybe put comics back in 7-Elevens, back in grocery stores, put them everywhere again. And there was a lot of comic shops who agreed with me. There was more who disagreed with me and disagreed with my sentiment. I'm not the first person to bring it up. Many of them brought it up that we need comic books everywhere. And a lot of store owners said, no, we want to be the only ones with comic books. So it turned small and in on itself. And it stopped telling good stories. And it couldn't afford good talent anymore. Now they're gone. And now they have a bunch of diversity hires and people they have cast to create shit. So Diamond is dead. And it's so dead that Alliance was going to buy it for bankruptcy price and said no. So I think somebody else is going to come in and not fix the problem at all, and probably use Diamond's distribution for toys and stuff. For comics, well, too late to save the stores. Too late to save Marvel and DC. It's very sad. It's my favorite medium in the world. I will always love comics more than anything else. And I just buy old ones now. I tried to make that as short as possible. There's so much more. There's so much more. Creatives attacking fans. Fucking horrible leadership. They felt like overnight they needed to, like, half their staff had to be women. So they were just plucking women literally off the street to be work girlfriends, and they fucking sucked. And they wrote themselves in as like Spider-Gwen and all that fucking retarded shit. And people stopped reading it.
Have you ever done mukbang on your
No.
you ever done mukbang on
No.
your show? I'm doing mukbang.
Well, you're
No,
eating,
you have to do it right into the mic.
You're eating like a
Or
normal
it's a
human being.
You have to crunch it in the mic.
That was so like performance art though. While you're eating a bowl of cereal, I'm trying to break down like.
No, dude, I did it for like
comics.
You did not notice me. I was doing that for a while.
No, I noticed. I just like, this works for me. It actually works. You're frozen. I hope he stays frozen. He's like,
looks so happy.
he's frozen in like a stoner laugh. He's like, we're almost done.
Good.
Oh, stay frozen like that. That's hilarious.
Sure.
Rated M for $1.99 says, Chris, show Gary Henry Cavill punching super meh loop. Albert, not a retro for five. We don't have time. We'll do it next time. For 5 Canadian pesos. Snarky J liked Barbie and Thor Love and Thunder, so she needs to go away with the rest of the man haters on Amazon Island. I
like Snarky J. I don't agree with her all the time. I like her opinion.
Yeah.
A girl liking Barbie? What?
I know.
How radical.
Dude, Mrs. Nerdrotic liked the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to divorce her?
Yeah.
No. Now, if she talks shit about Lord of the Rings, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
She loves them. D Murdoch for $1.99. I'm a y'all.
In my
my opinion, why did I? So I started going. I'm a y'all. What's up? What's up, motherfuckers?
Effing StreamYard, man. StreamYard's frozen. I'm so frozen.
You're still frozen.
Oh my god.
Just back out and come in real quick.
Yeah.
Should I?
Or no, you can, I think we're almost done. I think he should have kept the frozen thing. I should have shut up. D Murdoch for $1.99. In my opinion, you all should watch Thunderbolts for yourself. 3.8 out of 5. All right, D, hey, dude, fair enough, and I absolutely will. And if I walk out of there going, you know what? I've seen worse. That's kind of what I expect. Is like I've seen worse. But we'll see. We will see. Albert Not a Retro for 2 Canadian pesos. I don't think Catherine Bigelow hates men. No, she's actually a great director. Catherine Bigelow is a fucking great director. She's a real deal. Hey, no, and the I keep forgetting her name, but the woman who wrote Penguin, there was none of that. Like she wrote men really well, like surprisingly well. Deserves lots of awards. Matthew Hammond for $5. Watch 1 to 2 episodes a week of Stargate to get the OJ experience, and then watch Stargate 1 and Atlantis back to back, starting with season 8 of SG1 and Atlantis season 1, Atlantis season 5, and Universe season 1 ran concurrently and can be watched back to back. So there's a list. I could go off the list. That's definitely the way to rewatch. Did we just lose Chris forever?
He tried to come in, his camera wasn't working, so I'm thinking he has to do something with that.
Probably got to ditch out. So we only got a few more anyway. Gil Cannon 84 for $2. Texans should be ashamed of their government. Yeah, that's not good. The meme thing. James for $5. Do you guys know what's up with Legion M, the fan-funded studio? I know Chris said they're coming out with something soon. I can't remember what it was. Jeremy David for $2. Can X-Ray Girl build some Switch 2s for us?
I haven't been paid my 5 cents yet.
There you go. Soon as you are. Albert Notaretto for 2 Canadian pesos. Friends of the Playground are on Patreon. Chris is back. 21 Palika for 250 Martian pesos. Here's for charity. I could pass that on. To them. A muscular-looking Superman in Truth, Justice, in the American Way is too masculine for them. A lot more red flags keep popping up, says Rated M for $4.99. You're wrong. Nguyen Sakurai for $5. I don't hate men. They hate daddy and their ex-boyfriend. Yeah, it's effing obvious. Everyone knows this. Asmongold, don't lose hope. I said
no lose hope, no black pills,
no black pills, chat food. Okay, it was done with an accent.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't be. It's fine. Black pills gay. It's a suppository. Don't lose hope. Shit will change. It's just not all gonna, and not everything's gonna change the way we want. That's life. That's fucking life. All right, Chris, what do you got coming up?
Hollywood on the Rocks with Alan Ng in an hour, less than an hour. We have a lot of news stories, and we're talking Thunderbolts. We'll get our first review and a lot to talk about. So we'll get into it.
X-Ray Girl.
Ooh, tonight, Poor Choices at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then Thursday playing Split Fiction with Kara at, I believe, 8 p.m. as well.
Sounds exciting.
Wait a sec. Did I hear that right? Did you say Slut Fiction?
That's what I heard.
Split
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Oh my God.
Slut Fiction?
A story of my life, I guess. There we go.
What did you mean
Gary's
to
face.
say? What did you mean to say?
I said split fiction.
Oh,
Is
well,
my accent going? Is my Canadian accent making it hard to understand?
No, maybe it's
Yes.
morphing into American because
Maybe.
you spend so
That's
much time
true.
here.
I'm
Yeah.
allergic to freedom.
You are allergic to freedom.
I get sick every time I come over. So
Well, you know how you deal with an allergy. You have to just take
More
little
exposure.
bits more exposure.
Mhm. Exposed.
Ryan's like moment of redemption with the peanut allergy take on Geeks and Gamers Daily was fucking hilarious. I don't know if you saw
Yes.
that, Chris or X-Ray. That
Yeah,
was
I did hear that. That was
So-
smart.
through pure common sense. Ryan thought this radical idea of like, if you have a peanut allergy, maybe you should just eat a little piece of a peanut every day until you have more exposure. And he got a lot of shit for it. Then he found an article that a scientific study said, hey, I used to have a peanut allergy and now I can eat a bowl of them for breakfast. And it was through monitored, like taking a little bit of being exposed to peanuts every day over time.
Yeah. I mean, people do that with dogs all the time, right? They have a light allergy and then it just goes away after.
Yeah, I had a
Sorry
cat
about
allergy
that.
that went away when I had cats, and it's probably back now that I don't have cats anymore.
So, there was a super chat that snuck in from Gooch for $6.99 Canadian. Yo, brother, didn't get a chance to meet in Vegas, but was
Oh.
there.
Oh,
Hope to
no.
meet ya at some point and hail the cabal. Stay Gucci.
Stay Gucci. I'll be at the Cosmic Summit running around in North Carolina. And maybe Chris and I will be at Comic-Con.
I think it's a big maybe now.
It's
I
a
don't know
big
if I have
maybe.
a panel. I don't know if I have a panel. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I should reach. It's probably too early.
It's a little too early.
announced
They just got done
panels,
with,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, so early June they announced panels.
Yeah, I think you'll start getting like they'll ask for media credentials and stuff in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
There you go.
All
right.
All right. Got a couple videos out and I'll be reviewing Thunderbolts. Going to see it tomorrow.
Dude, good luck.
Thank
All I'm
you.
saying. I just want to know I'm not crazy. There's very few of us were just, what is this? It's not.
Should I watch it in the D-box seats or no? Will it make my experience better?
It depends on. Yeah, I always go for premium, like IMAX, Dolby. Yeah, go D-box.
Go
Okay.
D-box.
Well, it's a lot of fighting because if there's not, then there's no point.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. We will be back next Wednesday. With the aftermath.
Yeah, it will be an aftermath. We'll see how much it drops too. I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. So thanks again, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.
Later.